It seems dumb to start over. Anyway, I am Will, the host.
And I am the highly blessed and highly favored, I was supposed to say flavored, highly favored host.
Extra sugar.
I'm Mike, aka the playlist. How y'all doing?
That's it?
That's
How y'all doing? This week we are joined by a lovely guest.
Yes.
Miss Indigo.
Hey. How you doing, Indigo?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Doing good. I haven't seen you since Thundercat.
They've been keeping me busy, man.
Glorious night.
Who's they?
Everybody.
The man.
The man, the women, the men,
The all.
the kids.
All.
All.
All right. This week we got a dope show for you. Like I said, we're already blessed by her presence. We're going to be talking about platonic friendships, flirtation, and the friend zone.
Mm.
Now, I know this can get a little bit dicey, get a little bit messy. But it's something we really need to talk about because I've been stuck in the friend zone. Mike's life is the friend zone. And Indigo, I'm sure, has had to friend zone a few people. So
Everybody.
I mean,
shutting all of them
They're
down.
trying to slide, and she slides right on back out. Like,
All right, I gotta get used to this because I'm reading the words on the paper and stuff like that.
by the way, we got our amazing friend Darwin the Immortal taping today's show. Thank you, Darwin, for all your time and effort.
This guy's awesome.
Yeah, he brought in like a whole camera and setup and everything. That's why we're nervous right now because we've never been this big in our lives.
all the lights.
We done made it, baby. I'm convinced.
Bro, we already popping. We got a whole studio audience outside, like watching us.
Yay!
Oh my God, Mike is so fashion. They said that.
Okay, anyways, we're gonna be doing a short interview with Miss Indigo, and then we're gonna be talking about all that stuff I said originally about friendships and flirtation in the friend zone. Dope stuff coming back on TV.
Yes.
This guy here.
I think you gotta meet the was it something's coming outside.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I think it was
No, you good. It was just coming off the phone. Okay. So dope stuff coming back on TV.
Yes.
Finally, my
bae
bays come back.
My bae is coming back. Thank you.
Bro, you can keep Tasha.
Oh yes, Lord. Okay, you know what? That's fine.
You can keep Tasha, and I'm gonna keep all the
Lawrence,
friends.
you gonna
all
keep
four of them. All
But
four of
Lawrence
them.
isn't even in the season.
Bro, I'm telling
Don't
y'all.
stop that now.
He gonna come.
I'm just saying.
He gonna come like Anthony Hopkins in the
Throw
Westworld.
up your L's for Team
The
Lawrence.
last 5
Lawrence Hive.
minutes of
Hive.
the season.
We out here.
Hey, it's the Dro Hive too.
The Joe.
Dro
Joe's like, I mean, he cool. He just
out here living his best life. I don't know what you're talking about.
Joe's too damn tall, bro. They can't even tell half the
So
shot.
you jealous. You jealous now.
I'm talking to. Don't worry about it.
Gonna be talking about Insecure, and HBO also brought out a new show called Random Act of Flyness.
Random acts of
Everything.
Atlanta on acid is what I'm calling it.
Brandon Fisher.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. Gonna be talking about a little bit of social media stuff and catching up with our favorite internet troll, 50 Cent.
Yo, why does he have so much time? He has so much time.
He didn't even bring it on himself this time. Well, he did.
He
But,
did bring it on social media. He brought it all on himself.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're also gonna be doing Thursday week in the NFL. Fucking up once again.
We're gonna talk about why Will is struggling mentally.
I'm not struggling because I got to get y'all boys money. But so first, as we always do, Mike's gonna get to these church announcements.
Hey, first of all, thank y'all for joining the live chat. Hey, Cree. Hey, Star. Hey, all beautiful people.
Hey, Star.
Hey.
I know you love my face.
Star. Ooh, Star. Please make a funny ass comment about Will's face, like I know you're gonna do.
Bro, that girl missed me.
Please go roast his ass, Star. Please.
She
Like,
missed
I know
me so
you do.
bad. It ain't even
Can't
funny.
wait for
She
it.
about to die up there.
I cannot wait for it. Anyway, church announcements, man. Tonight, matter of fact, 8 o'clock at Taste of Jamaica is Blessed the Mike, hosted by my brother, Bugsy Calhoun. He just came through and turned it out at Blue Note Tuesday night. Which, by the way, thank y'all so much for coming out to Blue Note Tuesday night. That was one of the biggest Blue Notes we had, period. Augusta was in the building, Columbia. Everybody and their mama performed. Like, it was insane.
It was your 1 year anniversary too, right?
It was a 1 year anniversary. Niggas didn't even know, and they still came out, bro.
Bro, because you didn't say that, did you?
I I didn't realize it till like 8 hours before the show. So I put the vomit emoji. Thank you so much. You make my day as always. Thank you so much. All right, so Saturday, August 11th, 2:15 p.m. My good friend Ms. Taretha Wright has a self-publishing workshop at Panera Bread on Bauer Parkway. If you're interested, please hit me up or hit her up. You can email info@wrightstuff.com. She it's a very dope workshop. I'm gonna tell you how to self-publish your own book. You can even come with your own manuscript, so you can get you started and everything. It is $25, but it's eternally worth it. Indigo, when you get that book coming out?
We're working. It's work in progress.
Okay, I'm gonna check back with you next show. So after that, for my Augusta people, that Saturday at 6:30 p.m., we got Dope Spit and Open Mic poolside event hosted by my lovely friend, Cy Jules. It's going to be featuring Sky High, too. It's going to be, Cy, if you know about Ride Out Crew, period, they tear it down wherever they go. They burn down the whole venue. You might have to get a whole new venue after they finish. But that's going down. It's going to be $7 to get in there. Please come out for that. And last but not least, if you're just chilling around on Saturday afternoon, 6:30, I'm gonna be on IG Live with Shayna J. Ray. She is the sister of super famous model Ayanna Lewis. Very chill person, very awesome person. We're gonna do like a little IG Live, talking about the top 3 things that we wish men and women knew more or practice more, just to build some communication. I think a lot of times in relationships we just kind of assume what other people should do for us or what we like and they should know about us. So we're just gonna do like a little interpersonal, like relationship type talk, and that's gonna be like I said, 6:30. You can check my IG, add the playlist, and come watch us talk about stuff and things. Plus, she's beautiful, so come look at her face if nothing else. So
just look at her face.
Just look at her face. Don't even pay attention to my words.
Just do that whole thing. Look at her face.
Yes, that's what you do anyway. You just turn the volume on mute and you just stare at.
Bro, this is what I do. This is what I do.
What?
I just double tap. That's all I do.
They quadruple 10,000 taps.
All right.
Yeah, man. That's church announcements. Thank y'all for staying tuned for the best part of the show, which was that part. Thank you.
If that's the welcome part, if that's the best part of the show, we're getting canceled. All right.
Good thing you get thirst of the week too.
Bro, I already know who it is.
Okay, we'll see.
I gotta get her IG, but I know who it is though.
You ain't even prepared with the shit, man.
Bro, I don't need to be prepared because she my lady. So I don't even know why I'm sharing this information with you clowns. So anyway, Miss Indigo.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So Mike, I know you and Mike are in Rich together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think we talked to Mama G last episode? Was that last
No,
episode?
it was an episode before last.
Okay, yeah, and she discussed Rich. So what is your role in Rich?
So in Rich, majorly, I'm the financial advisor. So I make sure
Mama G says financial officer.
Advisor too. And so I just make sure that everything is flowing well with what we do have allotted for the program and that we just get to do what we need to do.
Yeah, I heard y'all might be going somewhere soon.
We ain't disclosing where we're going.
We're not disclosing where we're going.
That's why I said
you did good. You did good.
We're going somewhere though, and I do have my hands full with the logistics of it, but it's coming through nicely, and I'm excited about it. I love to travel, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I know. We went to the Thundercat concert.
Yes.
And Mike has told me multiple times that you seem to go somewhere all the time.
Everywhere. Take a trip every other week.
So yeah, travel is my life, one of my passions besides writing. And so yes, I'm frequently going. I commute to work, so that's travel in itself. But to get away from the mundane of life, like I love to do with Rich, like volunteering and getting to know the community and getting my hands out there. But I also like getting to know different people in different communities because at the end of the day, it's like I'm a global citizen. I need to feel like that culture from everywhere, whether it's just in the States or abroad. So that's one of my big things. Last year was my concert year. I went to too many concerts. I'm not going to disclose how many I went to.
100 concerts
and a festival, but it was really dope, and I would do it all over again. It definitely was something different. I had taken 2 years where I did nothing.
Oh,
and it was
no.
the hardest 2 years of my life.
You made up for all that.
So I made up for all of that. And then now too, because I am in a long distance relationship. So I do have to travel a lot with that. So travel, life.
Travel is life.
So I know you went to Mike's poetry event. Did you perform?
I
Because
did.
Mike told me you write.
Listen,
She sure do.
She said, listen.
I'm so tired.
Ain't no time. Poetry never sleeps.
It doesn't sleep because legitimately I was thinking of things while I was in my car and I had to like put on my audio recorder to just start jotting things down, because if I don't jot things down when I'm just thinking about it, then it just goes away.
It just fades away. It happens all the time.
And it's like the dopest stuff when you just think of it out of nowhere. So like before the show.
I know, right? I had that same problem, man. You know, I'd be thinking of these genius ideas, you know?
Boy,
Don't put it down on paper. It's like, what did I think of? Like, it was amazing. So I do that. But I do write. I haven't performed in a while just because of time constraints. I only got time to see the features at your last performance. But I did promise Mike, since he performs not at this Blue Note this week.
There wasn't no time to perform this
But
one.
last month when he performed, that I would do one. So I'm going to try to perform next.
You
Blue
will
Note.
perform next one?
I will perform next Blue Note.
And nigga was gonna perform Blue Note September 4th.
Yes.
Everybody come out.
Hey,
Super
man.
dope. What?
I'm going to perform too.
Well, I would love to see that, bro. Like, you don't know how, I'm waiting for this day because it's gonna happen. Like, you joke about it. It's gonna be one day we have a show. We might, man, put me at the end of the list.
But listen, you two could go
I'm
do
gonna close
it
them
together.
up. Down.
Just like you do the show together, you two could perform a piece together.
No. Okay, you doing a lot.
No, we good.
He's gonna do his own
No, we
poem
good.
first. You'll get his feet wet.
I don't know where they came from. I don't know why she thought that.
She gonna put a whole collaboration poem.
Hey, you never know. It's fun.
But yeah. So, why did you decide to become a mentor, Rich?
Like I said, I love service. From high school up through college. College, I was in a program called Bonnet Leader Program.
Mhm.
And essentially, I did over 1,500 hours of community service every year on top of working a full-time job and going to school.
Ooh,
So I'm used to being busy. But like I said, I feel like I have to be entrenched in the community. And since I'm in Columbia most of my working day, this is where I want to be entrenched. So that's why I decided to join Rich. It was like, when you're working, like I literally feel like I'm missing something if I'm just working and going home and just having fun. Like I need that.
That's exactly what we preach, yo. Like, stop living that, like, living for the weekend thing, bro. Because that weekend blazes by, like, burns by. Before you
That's
go.
your trash, bro.
It's gross, bro. Especially if you work on the weekend.
Yeah, bro, because you got to spend Friday. You either got to go out Friday a little bit tired because you work.
Before you go to
Sunday.
sleep on Friday.
Sunday you got to prep to go back to work.
I was gonna say
Saturday
Sunday
is
night,
the only real free day.
but Sunday after like 5 o'clock doesn't even count.
Yeah.
That's just getting your mind right.
But you know what's the worst?
What?
November through January. Because you have so many days off because of Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and
some of that long stretch.
So like it spoils you, because when you get back to those months where you have
That's
no
real.
extra days off, it's horrible.
That's when you work
That's
at
very real.
USC. We get that 2-week break. Boy,
Shut up. We don't get it.
but y'all get all the other holidays.
Yeah, you don't get no other holiday.
I get like 2 other holidays.
All right, man. We're going to jump into this. I don't know why I'm reading it every time.
So what?
We're going to jump into this platonic friend.
Oh.
Flirtation in the friend zone.
The camera's done. It's got you on the car, man.
All right.
Ooh. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all had to see that shit.
All right. So,
Hey, Roxanne.
So I know I've been in a relationship in the past where, like, you know, my girl at the time had dudes she was friends with. Actually, one of my exes had a dude she was sexually active with at one point, but they were cool at that point. So anyway, how do you kind of deal with friends of the opposite sex while you're in a relationship with that person? Is it cool with you? Is it something, you know what I mean?
Well, for me personally, I've always had guy friends.
Mhm.
So, like, and my guy friends are gamer guys and stuff and everything. So, like, they spend time together, like, late nights on the weekends and stuff, playing games all night or doing other things. And so, I've always been in that environment. So basically, within my relationship, I'm still able to hang out with my friends. I think it's just about placement, like knowing your surroundings and knowing your settings. I generally stay out in groups and stuff like that. And more so for like their girlfriends' peace of mind and things like that. Because if they're not there, it does kind of feel a little uncomfortable sometimes, just if you don't have a relationship with them.
So you're not talking about friends you've been friends with like a long time. You're talking about somebody that you don't know super well?
No, so like friends that I've been friends with for a long time, but if you don't know their girlfriends like that and they're new, you let that relationship establish and then
right.
Kind of.
That's true.
But other than that, like I've never had problems hanging out with my guy friends. There are people, I've had a guy that I dated and it was a deal breaker where he was like, "Oh, you can't hang with this person. You can't hang with that person." I've known them for like.
Was it the person or was it just because that person was a dude?
It's because it's a guy. Because like honestly, hang with your girls all you want to, but you just can't.
So this is a guy you was already hanging out with, and he's like, "All right, now I'm in the picture. Cut that shit off."
Right, you need to at least moderate it. And I don't believe that. Like, I would never expect for my boyfriend to not hang out with his friends who are females. It's just like, again, it's the placement and the settings and stuff that you kind of have to keep in mind.
So
we're about to disagree.
No, I mean, I'm on the fence. But it's like, if you were hanging out with this person alone for years and years and years, nothing happened. You slept in the bed with this person, nothing's happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you think you should be limited to going out in groups now with that person?
And what I'm saying is, like, at night, limited to groups. If it's in terms
what does it matter?
For me, it's just respect of my partner and respect of the situation. Like, I personally define that for myself. It's not like person was saying that. It's like, all right, we're homies, we're cool. Like, if he comes, that's fine. It's whenever. If I'm coming and it's just me by myself, we're hanging out, depending on the context. If I'm out just hanging out with the dude and we're gaming and it's a bunch of us there, that's fine. But am I going to be in his house by myself, just chilling all night long? No, not necessarily. Unless it was like a situation where I needed to crash because something happened and it's like fully disclosed. That's my personal thing.
I think as long as it's fully disclosed, no matter what it is,
right,
it should be okay. I think everybody, dudes, women, whatever, they're gonna have. I don't think you can't not feel a little way about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just this guy. It's just the trust factor that has to be there. You know what I mean?
I think there's a stage of like building on that trust, especially if the relationship is new to like get to know these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let you feel comfortable around these people a little bit, and you know there's extent to my relationship before I fully delve back into like, hey, yeah.
So you feel like you need to introduce that person to your partner, yada yada yada.
I think that's what people's problem is. I think people getting their feelings right, so they don't even want to meet the person because they already feel. So they don't want to see them. So you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go chill with Tyrone. You don't want to meet his ass, but I'm gonna go chill.
I'm gonna do what I was doing before.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's something you've been doing for forever, and so you're like, at one instance, yes, we're together, we're a team, we're a partnership. But on the other level, I'm still an individual too that had these great friendships that have been valuable to me before I came into the relationship.
That's what I'm saying. So like, for somebody new to come in, like just because we in a relationship now, you got to cut all that shit out.
I'm gonna be honest. In theory, that's what you're supposed to do. Me, I'm not with this shit.
Are you supposed to cut your friends off?
No, in theory, like what I'm saying is what you're supposed to do.
Oh,
me, not so much. I can't do it. I know the right thing to do. I just can't get there.
And
I think it's. I mean, I'm not terrible with it, but you know what I mean. Like I feel like she does. Like I don't think you should have to do stuff. In the daytime or in group settings or whatever. Right. But for me to feel comfortable, I would want that stuff.
You would prefer it.
Yeah, you prefer it. Yeah.
But if she did,
I'm not gonna be restrictive.
Yeah, I got
it's
you.
It's like I'm gonna have to get used to it because I'm not gonna try and control you as a person.
Yeah, I call it checking that little tingle, like the little shit you be feeling, like when her homeboy call and she's like, "Hey!"
Oh hell no!
Voice.
Oh no!
And never hit that octave around me ever. What kind of shit is that? So,
but that's like real, like within a relationship, you're really learning and getting to know your partner. So you kind of like, that's one of the biggest things in the beginning for me, getting to know how they feel, like how insecure or not secure they are with the situation, engaging around it. If they are super insecure about it, then it makes me try to evaluate the situation with them to a certain extent, because I do feel as though, yes, I can make this easier on you if you're feeling apprehensive to it, but it depends on the degree you feel apprehensive to it and the degree you're willing to actually sit and think and meet and talk and figure this out with me.
So it can be a deal breaker for you in a relationship.
It can be a deal breaker. Because I'm not, like, you can't just tell me I'm not going to hang out with my friends.
No, that is a deal breaker.
Okay, what we're not going to do, I appreciate you. What we're not going to do is we're not going to tap the table.
Oh,
you did a gentle one. Like, he overreacted right now.
Hey, I have yelled at people.
Yeah. Because we're going to do another collab with Black is New Black, but he screamed on Benjamin's ass.
Yeah, I mean, because bro was like,
I'm not that aggressive. It's just like, no.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you there, though. That shit is definitely a deal breaker for me, too. Like, I can't, that whole control shit.
Yeah.
It's for the birds.
You got an example of when that happened, Mike?
I do. You want to share it with the people?
Yeah, Mike.
I share my experience, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Mike. How about I share your experience?
No, you good, fam. I got it. No, man. Honestly, that's been an issue in a couple of relationships where, like, because I have mostly women friends. I was raised by women. Like, my mom was my everything. I was raised by my aunties, so I always gotten along with women more. And that's just happened many a times where it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, chilling with my homegirl, going out to lunch with my homegirl, or going out with friends. And like, the worst thing, bro, is like when some people do something and they know it's gonna make them uncomfortable, but they act like they cool with it.
Yeah.
I've had situations where it was one of my homegirl's birthdays, and like I knew it was gonna be like all women, because like I was like the only dude she hung out with. And I said, I'm birthday, you can come if you want, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. It's gonna be all women. I'm gonna know half of them. Like, it's gonna be what it is. She said cool. She came and just sat there and was pissed off the whole time. It was a terrible time. Like, so it's been an issue many times.
Well, why was she pissed off? Why didn't she just?
Bro, she didn't want me hanging around women like that. But you gonna still come and just be pissed off? Like, it was just.
It's like they're trying. It's like they're pseudo trying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, okay, well, we can do this.
So they can be like, when you get mad later, well, I came to the little birthday thing. It's like, no, you was actually trying. So people need to get over themselves. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's rough. So
it is.
So should you accommodate your partner if they don't want you having friends of the opposite sex? And I guess we've already answered this for the most part, but like, what is the timeline? Or like, how you know when it's just not going to work, as far as that kind of. I don't know what happens. So let me tell you, right? Okay, I was reading and I was talking, and then all of a sudden my sleeve got real cold. That shit stopped all my thought.
Okay. All kind of issues with the live show. Yeah, none of these issues with the show ain't live.
Hey man, all right, so. Yeah, like at what point is that deal breaker? Like, what's the process of trying to get somebody up to speed with, kind of not your past, but kind of the relationships they have outside of you?
Like, I don't know if there's a timeline. I think that it's more of a feeling. Like, you could tell, like he said, if a person is really trying or if it's a pseudo try. Like, you could tell if it's hard for a person, but they're really trying, or if it's just like, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna try, but nah. So I think you should go with that feeling. And again, it depends on the degree. Like if he's just flat out saying, no, you can't hang out with these people anymore. Like that's saying, well, did you even ask me why I hang out with these people? Did you ask who these people were in my life, what they did with me in my life or anything like that? And it probably doesn't even matter to you. But if it's like, I don't feel comfortable with you hanging out with these people all the time, like maybe I can think about that. If it's not, I don't feel comfortable with you hanging out with these people at certain times of the day. I could probably get with that for a little bit too, because it's just a comfort thing. It's not saying that, oh no.
Well, you say for a little bit, you don't think it'll get old? Like,
it will get old. That's what I was saying. Like, depending on what it is, I have to think about what I'm willing to deal with.
Yeah.
And from that, I make my decision. Because a lot of people, they like, oh, it'll get better. I don't believe in, oh, it'll get better. If a person is telling you this and they're like being real about it, and it's to an extent to which you can't handle and you don't think you can wiggle with it, there's no need in doing it, because you're just going to be miserable.
Yeah.
So recognize the red flag as soon as they start slapping you in the face, which is like second.
In all aspects.
And you also
of the
think, like,
relationship.
from what I'm hearing, you also think like it should be, a friend should be like introduced somewhat slowly, not necessarily slowly, but the way in which you hang out with your friend, it should be kind of gradual once you get in a relationship with somebody.
I should introduce them. Like, most of the time, because they're such close friends, they're going to be texting me. They're going to be maybe messaging me or calling. So they already know the name. For me in my relationship, my partner knows the name. So if I come up with this brand new person, oh yeah, it's like, well, who is this?
I was about to say, I don't think we touched on like brand new friends.
Yeah.
Like that come out of nowhere.
See, that's a little different too. So, but like if it's an old friend, like, you're starting, before you even meet the person, you probably know a little bit about them, just because like I probably helped plan their engagement party. Or I probably helped with something that they've done, and so you've seen me do that, so you kind of get an understanding.
Absolutely. We'll get the I disagree face.
No. I'm just listening.
Are you just saying?
I'm just listening.
Well, actually paying attention, y'all. It's cool.
Bro, every time your mama talk,
whoa,
I'm locked in, boy. I can't mess up them cheeks, boy.
Excuse me. Let me get back to the
Stop now.
Straight to the crotch. No, I agree completely, man. You gotta. I think you do when you first start a relationship. You gotta kind of have to like. You will naturally ease off from your friends a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like you ain't gotta cancel all engagements with friends, but you will kind of. Because
that's just part of getting to know the new person. Yeah. You're spending more time getting to know them, and then it's like, all right, I know you some. You know?
I'm gonna go ahead to this.
I'm gonna fall back.
Not fall back, but it's like, all right. Because one of the mistakes people do, and I think this is what happens with a lot of those instances where people feel it's important that they can't hang out with the opposite sex, is like some couples do everything together.
Yeah,
like
that's not
everything.
Good. That's it.
And like you have to
talk about that's a turn off.
Yeah, you have to get back to that state of like where I do have my own life too, even though I'm sharing it with you. So like these are some of the things that I do that my friends are interested in that you're not even interested in. So why are you forcing yourself to come here?
That's what the fuck I'm saying. Like that's nothing.
Cloud.
There's nothing better than y'all doing y'all separate things and then y'all coming together at the end of the day and y'all get to like, talk about each other's time. How much fun y'all had, and then y'all get to do all that other stuff that come with it. Like that's all, bro. I'm saying you don't have to do everything together. I promise you, it's gonna be okay. Because you don't care about love and hip hop, and you're gonna sit there and watch the marathon with your lady and her homegirls.
Bro, I've watched so many damn samurai movies. I'm just not interested in. Just because
for the cheeks,
bro. I ain't gonna say that, but for the relationship.
That's cool.
Cultivated. So when like people don't want you to come out, hang out with friends and people of the opposite sex, is it like it's got to be coming from like a real bad place? Like it's got to be coming from insecurities, right?
I feel like
insecurities, or even just situations that they've had previously. Honestly,
yeah,
that's very true. People will look at you through the same lens that they look at the best partner every time, and people get triggered, bro. Like it took me a while to grasp the whole like trigger warning thing. Mm-hmm. Not that I think anybody was being over dramatic, but I was like, does it really help to say trigger warning before you say a sentence?
What is this?
Hold on. Please explain.
People been saying when you see trigger warning on like Facebook, Darwin know what I'm talking about. When you see trigger warning, like discussion about rape, or like trigger warning. Discussion about
I've never seen that before. Honestly,
I've never seen it in this day and age.
don't get on the internet like
cares
that.
about trigger warnings.
I don't really like.
My page.
I've even been to seminars from some of my friends. They'll be like, "Trigger warning, we're gonna talk about some real stuff." And they'll talk about it.
Why?
Well, what I'm learning is like people get easily triggered by stuff. Like, and I've seen it firsthand. Like, I've been hanging out with somebody who I care about deeply, and we were having a good ass time. And I feel like we could joke about anything. So I made a certain joke, and the whole shit got shut down. And like, that she came down, she was like, "I'm sorry, that triggered something from like a couple years ago," and I just had that whole feeling surge back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess it helps people. You know what I'm saying? I just realized how easily people get triggered. And
To say trigger warning?
no, I guess so, bro. Like, I don't know, I'm just trying to be more sensitive or whatever. But because I guess the trigger warning can be like, okay, that's the subject. Okay, I need to get the fuck out of here because I'm not ready to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But what was the original question? People.
I
had to do
we got a
it
whole thing
similar.
on trigger warning.
Now you guys know what a trigger warning is.
Yeah, now I'm just explaining y'all what a trigger warning is.
You do too, weren't you part of the lostness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought everybody was confused. Yeah, you look at me crazy just now. So, but Darwin, you know what I was talking about.
All right. I don't know, man, because as far as my experience, like I've been in that toxic place. You know what I mean? Like, well, I was young. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so like I didn't really know how to deal with that kind of emotion. You know, you got insecurities about yourself and kind of like who you are at a young age.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was at that place, and I can understand the uncomfortable feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if you want, I guess, the best out of that person, or you want that person to stick around, you know what I mean? You kind of got to suck it up for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And it really helps to involve yourself with those people that you don't know. You know, because I mean, like, in our experience, I'm sure, I don't know about, you know, our homeboy and homegirl Tobias in Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know where his frame of mind was. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm sure it's helped our relationship with Tobias and Sicily because we've now hung out with them. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, can we tell the whole story about it? It was a long period. It was like years.
Bro,
We didn't even meet Tobias.
Bro, we thought Tobias didn't exist. We thought she was lying about having a boyfriend.
We thought she was making shit up because she just wanted like a pretend boyfriend
Yeah.
or whatever. And so we didn't know what he looked like, and we did so much stuff with Sicily, and it was like, it was like never like I can't do that because my boyfriend. The only thing about Sicily is she would just bail whenever Tobias.
Bro, she was bail on us so quick.
All the way the fuck out. The worst of that time, it was a party out in like Lexington. It took us like an hour to get out there.
Bro.
She came, walked in the door. He called her. She was like, all right.
She was there for literally 5 minutes.
Hey, that's price with the territory sometimes. If a person isn't downing you or whatever, it's like, all right, we good. Let me go.
Yeah, I mean, but
you don't want to bail on plans that were like an hour.
That's what I was about to ask you. So
Not that.
if your boyfriend was in town, like, and you went out, and your boyfriend said, I need you to come home now.
For me, yes, because he lives far away.
No, I'm talking about if he was in town.
Like extended period of time?
Like he stayed in town, like he was living in town with you.
It depends on what it was. But most.
I feel like there's very few situations. I'm just gonna be like, all right, my girlfriend said shut it down, so I gotta go.
It depends on what the
say,
reason
girl, I
was.
want you. Got to go.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, man, that like I said, like that relationship, I feel like was helped a whole lot by us hanging out with Tobias and doing stuff.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So.
Did it get better after then?
Well, it was never
bad.
It was never bad. We just,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's an example of how like your relationship with, you know, someone of the opposite sex can get better by engaging with their partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, making their partner feel more comfortable.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like even though we were good, like I'm sure there was times that Tobias was like, who the fuck is Will and Mike? Like,
Yeah.
But then again, she might have been on Facebook like, this is Will, this is Mike.
No, we
That's
know
how
she
we
did
know
that, but I'm just saying, like, he don't.
Do we, Mike? Do we know she did that?
I'm sure she. I would hope so. I hope she didn't hide us. That'd be terrible. But yeah, I think that just
Now we hang out, play cards with them, this, that, and the third.
we beat them in cards. We don't even play.
I mean, yeah, it's not a play. It's
not.
not a competition.
It's not a game.
Excuse me. I misspoke.
You did.
Oh man. So
Where we at? Are we on the benefits of having friends? Oh no, we had is there always sexual energy between platonic friends? Are we there?
Oh yeah, I guess we are. Yeah. 'Cause I guess we are talking about how the dynamic should change.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So do y'all believe there's always sexual energy between friends of the different genders? You think it's always because
You mean always? Like every
always
Generally, I would
because,
say generally.
well, generally, but I've
that you
heard like people like Steve Harvey says this shit all the time. Like men don't become friends with women unless we are attracted to them in some type of way. Like there's some type of underlying.
But you
sexual-
always that's with anybody. You know what I mean? I feel
No,
like
you're talking about sexual attraction.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Interesting.
I disagree, but I wanted to know how
I don't know from the guy's perspective, but as a girl's from my perspective, no, that's not necessarily true. Like it's just generally me and my friends have always bonded over common interests. I've always been a nerd, always. And then like even sometimes they'll say you're like a misfit, but you're the misfit of the misfits because I don't fit in with the misfits all the time or regular everyday stuff. So it's like, all right, cool. So like just depending on what I like, that's kind of the people that I gravitate towards because there's not a whole lot of people in my everyday situation that like the things that I like. So why would I outcast certain people just because they're male? And it's not always like it's never within my interest. It's not a sexual thing. Like for women too, like it's all about the personality and the energy and stuff too. So it's not just the visible thing. So, and maybe that's what bothers people sometimes because you're friends and you do have a connection outside of just, I guess, appearances or work or something like that. It's like, well, what is that connection?
What you think, Will?
I would say men are probably more guilty than women.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about all the time, but I would say in a lot of cases that I think men I want to give Steve Harvey credit, but I would say in a good bit of situations, a dude was trying to smash, and it went the wrong direction. It went the wrong direction in his eyes, and now they're friends. But I can't say that's true for all cases because, you know, I'm friends with a few people of the opposite sex that I have no sexual attraction to. But it's something that I am. It's just something that I keep. It's something I just.
He's just gonna slip the wrong way.
Oh wow!
Fall down the stairs one time. We'll right to catch him by the titty. I got you, girl.
Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you.
But no, on the real too, like sometimes it does happen like where you could be not attracted to the person, but the other person ends up being attracted to you and they play it off for a good while until they stop and they're like, so what is this? What are we? Chilling. I thought we were just friends.
Bro, I got this one homegirl named Crystal. I'm telling you,
you just put names.
Bro, I don't care. If it's ever one night, that's it. Breaking a friendship. Straight up tearing a friendship apart. Hopefully we friends after that, but I'll risk it all.
You just waiting on the day.
But the thing is, do you act on it?
You
can maintain the level of being friends.
Yeah, I can.
Is when people can no longer do that it becomes interesting. It's like when that person starts to express their attraction, that's when you have to be like, okay, no.
Yeah.
You have to shut stuff all the way down if that's not your interest.
Yeah.
You do. You have to. And I mean, I'm always a fan of like shutting it down gently at first. And if it just like resurfaces, be like, all right, well, I told you, you're ugly, okay?
Right. I mean, we ain't had to go that far.
It is, bro. It is.
But no, I feel you on shutting it down gently because ultimately, especially if it's been a friend for a while, that is your friend. So you're like, maybe you're just confused in the situation. Let me like show you that.
Put you back on the right
path. No, go back to this side. Back to
I'm
this
in a
side.
situation.
And then it's like, okay, and you might start doing things a little bit differently so that there's no confusion.
Yeah.
But then if it's still persistent, even though you've been doing things differently and you told them, that's when you have to kind of lay down the law.
Yeah.
I just like, what I don't like is when like people, like somebody comes out and tells them that they're attracted to them and they dismiss it. And then they feel like differently, like completely without reason to do so. And they make things awkward. Like
which one?
The one that's being is being hit on or was being hit on.
Okay. Like
I've seen it in a lot of women sometimes when their homeboy finally comes out and says, "Hey girl, I like you," and she shuts him down. He's like, all right, well, cool. I don't want to be friends. She'll be like we'll go to hang out, and I'll go to invite the dude, and she's like, no, he tried to hit on me, da da da. I don't know if I want him around right now. And I mean, you have a right to have whoever around you, but like, there's no need to be unnecessarily awkward if he's not making it that awkward. Like, if he said it's cool with it and he's done nothing to prove otherwise, like, you don't have to change your whole dynamics without reason or cause just because you think that.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, but maybe women have a different experience. Maybe women have.
I'm sure.
Because I don't know what women think. It's like if a dude is trying and he's gonna keep trying, one way or another.
That
you know what I mean?
Does happen most of the
That's
time.
what I would think.
They try and they keep trying, and so it's kind of like you gotta. It's just like going to the gas station. You go to the gas station, you're just trying to pump your own gas and get on out there.
But you think that just happened?
No, it happens frequently to many women. The gas station story. So then the person comes up, can I pump your gas for you?
Gas station story?
No, and then they try to hit on you. It just happened to our.
I thought you was calling back to that.
Too. It happens every other
The gas stations. This is like a usual thing for women.
gas stations.
I don't want to put my own
Gas stations, or if something happens with your car, Lord have mercy. If something happens to your car, and then like when something happens to your car, it's like, okay, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt because you are in a situation. But then when it turns into can I have your number? You gonna call me? Get in touch? Be a sugar daddy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how we escalate this far from like you having one random act of kindness?
You need to be like, no, I got roadside assistance on the way.
I just came to pump my gas. I'm trying to go somewhere. Can I not? And of course, like, it's just people trying to get to know you. But once you say no, that should be the end of that. Can I pump your gas again?
I would say more men need to learn that shit.
Can I still? Like, guys are very persistent. It's a good and a bad trait because sometimes they're not persistent when they need to be. But they're persistent in, like, I'm talking about in other areas of life.
Go ahead.
Okay.
In other areas of life.
There was someone on the radio the other day, or a podcast, something I was listening to. And she was like, dudes need to understand no is no, right?
Right.
But at the same time, there's one I hear who say, guys aren't persistent enough, or a guy wasn't persistent enough in this situation or that situation. What are we supposed to do?
No, I'm not talking about that.
No, I'm just saying in general.
I'm talking about, I'm a firm believer, if I say no, unless I show you if I tell you otherwise, because let's say I tell you no. And
that's all I'm asking for.
If I tell you no and I'm really interested, then 9 times out of 10, because I was confused at the second, I said no. Let me go with the safe answer. No.
Right.
No.
Let me go with the safe answer.
Do it again.
No. And so then, like, once like it goes by and I'm starting to sort those things out and the person is just doing their own thing, I will approach that person again and be like,
I'm down with that.
I was just about to say this shit. I was teaching the kids at DJJ. I said, if a woman is attracted to you, bro, she will let you know some way, somehow. Like, she's not gonna just like leave the shit. If she does leave it like in the air, then she probably wasn't that serious in the first place. But like, if a woman is attracted to you, she will let you know eventually. So when y'all get into this whole playing hard to get shit, because I think that's what a lot of confusion about what defines consent comes into play. Like, a lot of dudes think like no means yes, and it's like you gotta bug it, and it's gotta be like a whole. It's like when you watch the movies and you gotta, come on, girl, let's do the thing. No, come on, girl, do it. They watch that shit and they get all confused, man. So if you hear no, keep pushing. She will come back to you.
Go to the next.
Go to the next. There's so many women out here. This is gonna be okay. Yeah, more dudes need to learn when to shut the fuck up.
Did you answer your own question, Mike? Yeah, you did.
You did?
Clown.
I forgot the question. Oh, the sexual. Oh, yeah. But the lights, man. The lights in the camera.
I know, man.
It's too much pressure, y'all. I'm sorry.
All right. We on time. Are we doing decent on time?
They did pretty good.
All right. So, Mike is probably the best. You and Mike. Mike got all the women friends. I say women because female is disrespectful.
Today he started saying woman.
No, I did not. I've been doing it for a while. I was taught.
He started an hour ago
by the beautiful Tamika. What are the benefits y'all have seen from having friends of the opposite sex?
Oh, man.
Good.
Everybody looking at me. Bro, if you get like a circle of powerful women around you, Like not only that are like ambitious, but like encouraging, passionate. Women have the greatest love there is to give. Period. Like I feel like there's men's love, and then there's like women's like engulfing.
Oh, so we're not as good.
No, no, it's fine. It's just a different kind of love. It's just different.
Shit, boy, you sell out your own people.
It's mother. I'm on Team Jackson. Like winning shit. There's a Derrick Jackson parody video out there, y'all. I need to watch that shit, by the way.
Derrick Jackson parody.
This shit is so funny. But they just like smother you with just encouragement and motivation. Just everything, bro. Everything you need to accomplish the world. If a woman loves you, bro, you feel like you can conquer the universe. Like, so it's one thing to get that romantically, but like friendship wise, man. And then you get just a woman's perspective on things that you don't have to just assume with your dumb male brain that women like. You know
Come on, bro. You gotta stop killing us, man.
Bro, I'm going Team Jackson on y'all. I'm just playing, but
there's been this meme floating around. So you mad because you got it together and now she don't want you. It took you so long to get it together. Now she ain't got time for you.
She ain't got time for you.
Bro, I be wanting this dude to go away.
But no, man. You be going there, bro. But no, you just get the woman's perspective on like questions you might have about like what a woman that you're actually interested in. You can be like, yo, Indigo, what does it mean when you trying to holler at somebody and they say they hit you with so and so such and such? Or what does it mean when, this is one question I had to ask myself, was what does it mean when you got that chemistry there, you feel like there's a connection there. You feel like you're going somewhere, but every time you make a move, like she pulls back. Like you could use a woman's perspective on what's actually happening there. You know what I'm saying? So you just get insight more than anything. You get insight, much needed insight that you likely would not get from your homeboys. Because a lot of your homeboys are going to be like, hey, bro, she playing games, bro. Keep moving. Like, you just get insight. That's what I think.
What about you?
Kind of some of the same things. I don't know about
the
the smother with love part. It's it's a different kind of love. Like, they have love for you. Like, they want to see you succeed. I think that my guy friends have always challenged my professionalism, like pushing me to a better professional level. Have always challenged my like art crafts and stuff too. Like with my girlfriends, like we chill, we do stuff together, we talk about life, we empathize with each other's experiences. There's a more day-to-day, but I think I'm more like I hang with my guy friends, like we chill, we joke around and stuff, but like we have more, I won't say more serious, serious on terms of like my aspirations and where I want to go than I do with my female friends, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I really actually have more of that. Or we talk about like planning out things, like, cause my guy friends will ask me about, and it's not because I'm good with finances and stuff, but they'll ask me about financial stuff or where to look for like their serious things in life, more so than my girlfriends will.
Okay, you got
it's different.
Smart guys, where you from? No, man.
For me, it just gives me like a different perspective, that I can't get from male friends. And to me, it sounds corny, and cheesy, but
It's gonna be corny.
no, like it helps you appreciate women a little bit better if you have that kind of interaction, you have that kind of relationship with, women. The more women friends you have, the better you can relate to them.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Because when you're speaking if you talking about to a dude, you know what I mean? Man, shoot mad as shit at me, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, man.
That's how it sounds.
Like, hey, man, I don't know what's wrong with that bitch, man. This, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And when you get it from a woman's this, that, and the third, it's completely different answers, So I think that's the biggest benefit for me anyway.
That's for guys too. Like my girlfriends, I don't know what guys think sometimes. So I'm like, where could he possibly have been coming from? What was he thinking? Because I don't know what you.
We just do Indigo.
And it's like, well, how do I approach this? Like, because it's interesting when a guy completely shuts off from you, and it's like, so what can you do? It is interesting.
I understand that. I understand shutting down.
Why you
I'm great at it. I don't want to deal with this shit.
And it's like, but we gotta deal with
That's
this.
the persistence they talking about. That's the persistence they talking about. You're not persistent
where
enough
you need
to
to
resolve this non-conflict, this cold war we got.
You're persistent to get there, but you're not persistent sometimes to stay.
Tell him, sis.
Bro, why are you? This man, like, I am super on one side.
But no, for real, like the shutting down stuff, I'm like, how do you deal with, like, I'm a talk, I have to, it doesn't have to be right now. We don't have to talk right now. But between now and the end of the week,
Hey, I'm telling you, bro.
probably
like,
the next 2 days.
I'm telling
the
you,
2
like,
days, really, I want it, but
this is how I operate. I will give you for a solid 5 minutes. I'm be like, what's wrong? For a solid 5 minutes, I'm be like, what's wrong? After that, I put it on the shelf. After that, I'm done with it. Like,
So after she tell you what's wrong, you be like, all right, I'm done.
bro, at a certain point, like, I'm like, fuck it, just fuck it. I don't want to hear about it no more.
What get you to that point though? Like,
You not telling me what was wrong originally? Cause see, I feel like it's irrational, but
all right, get that out of the way.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? It's just like some shit like you don't want to deal with. Like if I'm open and ready, like you need to be open and ready. That's selfish as shit.
So you gotta be open ready when you open and ready.
Yep, it
Whoa.
needs to be immediately after the conversation.
Wow.
but see, that's how big fights start too. It's like, give me a
Right.
second to now.
That's what
I'm
I'm
on your
saying.
side on once. I cannot sit like you have to tell me what's going on. Like I can't
Yeah.
sit oblivious, racking my brains trying to figure out what's happening. We have to know. But if we have a conversation, it's like we need to discuss further. Sometimes I might shut my mouth because if I don't shut my mouth,
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be
nobody's gonna be happy in this situation.
But see, I'm not like that. Like I can talk calmly about like some shit that just happened.
You're not like that. But what about the queen?
Hey, people are wanting to know, can they call in or something?
Can they call in?
Yeah. As well as asking to respond to the comments or something.
Oh, I mean, we're trying to keep most of the focus on the guests today.
If we have time at the end, we can.
Yeah, we got time at the end. We're gonna try to take a call and we'll try to check on the comments. But we've been trying to. It's kind of hard to look at the comments and interact with our guests at the same time. And I see y'all got some big comments. Yeah, we're gonna try to make them
Yeah,
happen.
niggas out here hating me, I'm sure.
Right.
Bro, I'm
usual.
I'm so happy to play this role. I don't know what any of the comments say, but I know I'm getting hate.
We got a Will ain't shit. We got a Will is the dirtiest of dirtbags. I'm sorry, I made after that. But so Will, so you demanding like she be ready when you ready to talk.
I'm not demanding. It would be nice.
It would be nice. Okay,
And there will be not necessarily consequences, but my attitude is going to be different. My attitude will not be as receptive once she's ready to talk. Just because that's how I am. It's not like a vendetta type thing. It's not like okay, you shut down on me early, so I'm gonna shut down on you afterwards.
That's what it sounds like.
It's just how I am. Like it's just
You're not gonna change that. You're just gonna keep moving.
bro, I'm improving every day.
Are you? Because you're so set in the ways right now.
That's
I'm
the
walking
biggest
the ways
thing.
of Cleopatra.
What? All people. Go ahead, Nico.
But the biggest thing is what you said. When it comes to disagreement and stuff like that, it's all about working on how you communicate with each
Exactly.
other. And as long as, like, it's not going to be perfect. And we all know that it's not going to be perfect. But as long as you're striving and making changes, you see that the person is making effort and changing the way that they do that so that it can come to a better resolution each time instead of like, you shut all the way down because she's not sitting up there telling you right when you need it to, and she can't talk for days because she has to process. Like, she'll probably get a little bit quicker about processing her stuff. You won't shut down as quickly. And at some point, you can see yourself working in the middle. It's just when everybody is so stubborn and adamant about having it their own way that nothing gets accomplished.
Bro, why, man? Like we started this together.
Start together. Then the show started. Then the camera started. Then everything separated.
Bro, I just can't with you, man.
I gotta get these likes up in the black woman community.
Like I said, I gotta get them double taps, man. I can't help it.
Oh my God.
All right. Why do people feel like the love you have for others takes away from the love? This is yours because I don't believe this. But
No, for some people, actually, me and Star was talking about this.
hey, Star,
Star, please clown Will again.
roast Will on command.
Roast Will. Hashtag roast Will. We were talking about how a lot of people. Oh, okay. A perfect example. So it was this dude. I said, shout out to Star. Before she left for New York, we did actually, this was a long time ago. We did a sex podcast. It was my boy Spirit who's in the chat room. What's up, Spirit? Oh, now you want to say hi? No, we love you, girl. It was Spirit. It was Tamika Staley. It was Jordan Fox. Like I said, Star, me, couple other people, and one of Spirit's homeboys was in there. And so after the thing, it was a very dope podcast. I had him as a friend. But he had put out a status the other day saying he was doing somebody's tattoo. And it was a woman. And she was like FaceTime while she was getting a tattoo. And he said like she's FaceTime like 4 different dudes and was like, you know, having like really intimate conversation with them. Nothing like freaky or nothing, but like an intimate conversation, and told all 4 of them that she missed them. And he was tripping off the shit. Like, he was like, see these games these women be playing, bro? Y'all better stay on top of your game because the woman just as bad as y'all, or just as bad as the dudes that they be clowning or whatever. And like he was like making it out like it was a problem for a woman to be telling 4 different dudes that she missed them. And I see that a lot in like day-to-day interactions where like we talk about what we just talked about just now, being in a relationship with somebody who's got friends of the opposite sex. That might be a very close friend of theirs. A love for them, and that's what I feel like pulls up the insecurities in that significant other. They feel like, well, how can you have this close friendship with this dude and there not be anything else? Like, I'm supposed to be your everything as far as dudes go. Like, I'm supposed to supply all the male energy you need. What you need with this dude, you know, what you need to be staying over there late at night playing games and stuff or playing or talking to him for. I'm supposed to be here for all that. And I feel like people think it takes away from them that you have love for other people as well. I'm trying to figure out where that comes from.
Yeah. Is that it?
You're not going to
After 8 minutes of talking, that's it? You just want to answer?
You're going to do me like Charlamagne did on, what's the name, when he did that freestyle. It was in.
Oh, you talking about the Q stamp?
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that it?
But I had to explain the shit, man.
I mean, to be honest, man, some people just aren't into the same shit. Like, even though you're in a relationship, like some people aren't into the same shit, and some stuff it just isn't as fun with one person as it is with the other. You know what I mean? So like, if you like video games, but if you like adventure games and all he like to do is play Madden, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Like, I can't go out and play Skyrim with you or this, that, and the third. So, you know what I mean? And I enjoy playing it with people. Even though Skyrim is a single-player game, I understand.
I was about to say, niggas about to come for you. Dirt. Black woman and nerds coming for you.
But yeah, man, like, it's okay to have fun with other people. It's okay to get love from other people.
Right.
I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a beautiful thing. That's what I'm trying to get to.
People are selfish.
People accept that. Get to the bottom of it, man. I think it's selfish.
Bottom of the queen.
People are selfish, and like, to a certain degree, we all have a right to be somewhat selfish to a certain degree.
For sure.
But when it comes to like, you have connections, that could have been her cousin that she was talking to too, you know? It could have been anybody. It's just that we don't just have the capacity to love one person, because if that were the case, how could your mother love your father and still love you and your sibling and your other sibling? I
think people make these little invisible exceptions though, like when it comes to family.
But it's not an exception. We sometimes choose family too, don't we?
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I'm just saying I think that's what people do.
But we choose family. We choose who we decide to be around. And you could pour love into many different people in different ways. Love doesn't always have to be romantic. Love doesn't have to be ecstatic. It doesn't have a necessary limit to it either.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, we want attention from the ones, especially if we love them more than some others. We want all of their attention. We want to feel that much love given back to us. And sometimes it's just that it's not in the way that you envision it. We have to know how we want to be loved and kind of be expressive of that and be open to the layers of love.
I think that's really important what you said. You have to be expressive about how you want to be loved.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I think people they get in a relationship and it's a good relationship, but they don't continue to communicate on how they are in what you said, layered as a person. You know what I mean?
Start expecting it to just.
I mean, I think they think the love that they receive is just going to fill up all those spaces, no matter how it's given. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't think people, say they don't communicate enough. Essentially.
Real quick, y'all feel like it's a huge communication issue with our generation? Like,
yes.
Terrible.
Is it limited to our generation?
Do we want to talk about dating right now?
Well, I'm just like, I want to be specific right now. I'm not saying it's never been an issue with other generations, but I feel like this is a different type of severity to it where I feel like our generation is like so caught up in like, first of all, social media has like stopped a lot of like personal interaction, but also like we've been so, how do I want to put this, focused on ourselves on social media that if we're depressed, we don't know how to interact with other people and actually have a solid interaction. I mean, so many people who just like fester on what's going on with them and everything with them. They don't really know how to carry a conversation where they actually ask somebody else in a genuine manner. And I think that's what's hindering the conversation. I said a lot of times when I talk to people, it's just all about them, what's going on with them. And as soon as you start talking about yourself, like you got a good like 5 minutes of attention span.
And they'll be like this.
And they hit you with their phone and they start typing.
Or you can hear them fading out on the phone.
Yes.
You can hear people fade.
No feedback on whatever you ask.
The funny part is, have you ever like had a conversation with somebody and like either you or yourself, I mean, once they stop talking and you start talking, they put you on speakerphone?
Yes.
That's as rude as fuck. That's as rude as that. You be saying something, you're like, you still there? You're like, yeah, bro, yeah, go ahead. Y'all in the other room.
Bro, playing the PS4.
But is it also because of, again, it's a crave of attention? Like you have these people, but at the end of the day on social media, it's just people randomly glancing at your stuff. Like to actually have that personal communication, you just want more given to you, but you can't quite give it back.
That's what I think it is, bro. I don't see it like mutual exchange. Like one thing that aggravates me is somebody calls me and they don't ask me how I'm doing. They just tell me what the fuck they want, like up top. They just like, boom. Me and we'll have a mutual friend that does this all the time. Like they'll just be like, what are you doing? You like on the couch, whatever. Okay, you want to meet for da 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 da? It's like, ask me how I'm doing first.
But on the flip side, I'm kind of different. I need the middle of that and what you're talking about because like how are you doing? It's like, hey, how you doing? Like you can tell when somebody wants something and they start chatting you up for a minute. And they talk and talk and you like, all right, what do you want? Like, hey, what's up? And then get that and then let's get to the point kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
But also the other thing I think about people and the communication thing is that because we have social media, you kind of look and you kind of see what people are doing all the time anyway. So when you're on the phone, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. I already know what you got going on because I saw you post at 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5:30.
Okay, well, I wasn't really thinking about those people at the time, but you're right about that. But I was talking about like. Also, so when you see somebody posted what they're doing, like if somebody has a big event or something, and you still call them, like you can still ask about like how the event went.
Right.
A lot of people don't even really care about it enough to even bring it up. You know what I'm saying? They'll just be like, they'll just bypass the shit, and you have to like kind of mention it. Like, oh yeah, I saw that on yeah, how that going? And you got, like I said, 5 minutes to explain how it's going.
But you know what I've learned? I kind of took a step back from Facebook for a little bit just because I noticed that everything that me and my friends would talk about, like you would see on Facebook. So why not give myself some other mediums again? And it's kind of refreshing not to be in the know. Absolutely.
Or just in the mesh of what y'all mad about today. I love that meme. What y'all mad about today? Because that's what it fucking feels like.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, people just be looking to be upset a lot of times.
I don't know, man. I think it's, in my opinion, important to say that I don't think we have a communication problem any more than the people who were ahead of us 10 years.
You don't think so? You think we?
I think. I also think that we have problems dealing with certain situations, or reacting to certain things because of social media. You know what I mean? Like I think it's desensitized us. This, that, and the third. So when people have certain situations arise in their life and they have to communicate to somebody, the other person might not like be as sympathetic or might not know how to console you, this, that, and the third, because of
the frequency in which you see it.
The frequency in which you see it, or your ability to, absorb it as like a real issue, because you see so much celebrity coverage on social media. Tristan Thompson cheats on this person. If it's like somebody got cheated on, it's like, oh, okay, well, deal with it. You know what I mean?
I think that's part of what leads to the communication issues. Like I said, you get desensitized to issues that it used to be you had to wait till you heard about it. Now you literally just go on your phone. You get alerts about the shit when it's happening. And like I said, you see death, you see infidelity, you see lies and stuff every day. I think that's part of what like the desensitization is what's causing the communication issues. Partly.
So desensitivity and access, because everyone is accessible. Everyone's life story is accessible via the internet for the most part too.
Pretty much.
And so essentially that creates a gap to a certain degree because there's a lack of care to a certain point.
That's what I see.
But there's also an expectation of being instantly accessible.
Right.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, bro. I think it's the main thing is the lack of care, man. Like, I think we talk about depression and stuff a lot on social media, but like in a sensationalized manner a lot of times. Like, that's real. It's not like real. Like I see people post, a lot of people post like check on your friends, stuff like that, and I have a few amount of friends who actually do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I see people talk about it all the time. Or like sending positive vibes, or like, oh, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
because sometimes it's kind of like the people's like, I guess, mentality too, like their personality. Like I'm the extender. Like I'm the person who, if I haven't heard from a friend in like 2 months,
right,
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna say, hey, what's up?
Absolutely.
And just say, hey, and reach out. But like my other friends aren't extenders, so if I won't do it, they might not talk to each other or me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how that goes. Some people are that, and more of us should be that, I guess.
Extenders,
For
sure.
Extend.
No, I think
that's what you came up with, or
yeah.
Okay, I like it.
we're still in for the show. Thank you. Appreciate that. So.
Are you done interrupting the whole show for that little piece? All right, man. So this has happened in 2 of my past relationships. Do you believe in remaining friends with your ex or a person you've had sex with? And can that friendship ever be platonic? Like, can it go back to a platonic friendship?
Depends on person. Depends on the people involved.
Yeah.
Because if I had an ex who was really toxic, I don't want to hear anything about anything.
Well, no.
And then you can possibly get past that.
Well, no, let's say like, okay, so you and your ex break up, whatever.
And it was
a year or so passes. Yeah, it was a mutual. Year or so passes. You get another relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Should you be friends?
If there was nothing bad that happened, and it's just like we just weren't interested in each other in the way that we just didn't work, and we both know that we're not going to work, then it's easy to be platonic, because more than likely you've had a friendship before then, or you've established a friendship through then to have broken up platonically. And so within that, you can maintain that, I think. It just depends on the person though too, because sometimes people, if there was love, if one person wanted to stay and the other person wanted to leave, that's harder, because the person is still in love with that person or just wants to hold on to them, because some people just want to hold on to people for no reason.
That's that.
I mean, some people just scared to end things.
That's a lot of time guys too. It's weird.
We're emotionally unstable.
And I think it's also like have to do with like you're going to keep getting that good feeling you got from that person, but you don't want no commitment. Like you don't want to have responsibilities with it. So it's like,
so as long as as long as it's not uneven and stuff like that, and you're both mutually cool, like I think it's fine, because you both know it's not going to work. And if if one of the people starts showing, it's again the responsibility of you two to stop it.
I agree 1,000%. I really only have one girlfriend I don't talk to anymore. But other than that, I've always believed in maintaining like bonds, because you just never know what you can still attain from each other. Like you can still benefit from each other. It's been like relationships like we had either mutual broke up or I broke up with them, where we went to, you gotta give it some time. You can't be calling back like next week, like, hey, I needed some help with my like you gotta give it some time, but you just never know what you can continue adding to each other's lives. And you add even more, like you said, when you know that y'all don't belong together, when y'all both know that, and then you know there'll be nothing extra, then the world is the limit. Then you can just do whatever, because it's like a mutual understanding there. You know, anything you do for them and any favor you ask them to do for you will not be, having any strings attached to it.
Well, see, for me, like I've had 2 bad breakups. Well, not 2. Yeah, I had 2 bad breakups, and I had one that was mutual. You know, and the one that was mutual, we're still cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're still very cool. But the 2 other ones, it's like one was really bad, and the other one, it was like semi-bad. But we just kind of grew apart for the most part. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You get that understanding. One person might get it a little bit earlier than the other person.
Yeah, that happens.
Were you ever that person and like kind of jumped the gun as far as reinitiating the
Say it one more time.
Were you ever that person that like was like y'all were good faster than another person, so you try to reinitiate communication first and it didn't work out?
No, I've never done that.
Not that shit.
But you know, in those two situations where it was semi bad, like I don't talk to them on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm still happy to see their friend. I'm happy to see them, you know, doing well. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't think like in those cases like it's best to keep a friendship. Like, I don't think it's necessary all the time, or I don't even think it's the best idea all the time. I in my opinion, it takes a good amount of time. It has to come like full circle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, and sometimes that takes years, and sometimes it just isn't meant to happen in general.
Yeah.
Right. You should never force that. That's just something, if it happens and you both are at the same place where y'all can handle that and are mature enough to deal with that, or even want to deal with that, then that's something you should do. But like you said, it can take years, especially if there was a lot invested into it. And
Yeah.
some people have gone from semi-messy relationship breakups to semi-messy or bad to like being on mutual understanding years down the road, and they understand, they figure it out.
That seems what happens with some couples that get married and then divorce. It seems like they kind of they kind of come full circle.
I think that's the perfect example. Yeah, they we tried that. That shit was not good, but I can still. There was still a reason that I married you in the first place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna I ain't gonna slander you too much on social media.
So what about like when you get back in a relationship with somebody? Like, let's say that time off has come and y'all have been friends for let's say 2 years and nothing's happened and it's in the third.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you should stay cool with them even though y'all have had sex and y'all have done all this other stuff, you know, together? And also, do you think your partner should have more input than if it was just a friend that you've never had anything with before?
Input? I don't know, but they should know the full extent of what that relationship was. You shouldn't be deceptive about it.
Yeah.
And they should also know the full extent of what your friendship has been post breaking up. And like that's a thing you gotta deal with. I don't know how I would deal with that situation. I haven't been confronted with it. So
no, it's coming.
So I don't know. I don't know. That's one I'm gonna have to get to and come back to y'all with.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Have you been in that situation?
I have, absolutely.
I mean, you're just a messy individual.
I'm terrible. I have, and I don't agree with the input thing because I feel like if I'm straight up with you and I tell you I'm still friends with my ex, like we still do such and such together. Like there's a reason I'm telling you that. Like because I want to put it all on the table. I don't want no type of misunderstandings. I want to look like I'm hiding nothing because I'm not hiding anything.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you know the whole story, like we should be good. And I won't do anything purposely to tap into your insecurities. So I don't like if she would have told me like you're not allowed to do so and so with your ex. Like I'm not with that shit at all because I know I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. Like,
Oh man, you tell me.
the same thing with women, bro. Like that's how people get controlling. There's a sense of power in telling another human being they're not allowed to do something and they actually adhere to it.
You can tell a person I'm uncomfortable with you doing this, and that's completely valid. But telling you not to do it, and what you do based on that is what you do. And that's again, people knowing what they're comfortable with and knowing their limits. Like if you know that you're not comfortable with something, you have to speak up. You can't make a person do or not do anything else. Exactly. But it comes to you making the conscious decision of saying, hey, either I can try to work past this in my mentality or I need to leave.
I think that's it, man. That's it. What you will. I ain't got nothing to do with all of that.
I mean, the booty good. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Oh.
And you corrected it earlier because I tried to say the same thing. You was like, no, for the relationship.
No, man, it's really sticky. I would prefer that it not happen.
You would prefer,
but no, like at the same time, like I'm not going to be that person who like tries to change you as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you were this dope person when I met you, when you had all these people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You might not be the same person if I try and remove these people from your life. So it's just something I'm either gonna have to get used to,
Right.
or I'm gonna just have to peace out. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you something real fast?
What's up?
You have that same philosophy as far as like women wearing like I guess you could say scantily clad clothing. Like if you met somebody and they was already like dressing like pretty loose, would you feel like she has to change her attire?
Loose, Mike.
No, I don't mean loose in the negative way, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I think with my last girl, like she would sometimes dress a little bit loose, not crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but like I never tried to restrict her in that way.
Yeah, because there's no
Cause
point.
she
Right?
looked good in that motherfucker. I want all you niggas to know.
That's how I feel though. Like you like, yeah.
I want all you niggas to know. That shit is mine.
Not in like a controlling, possessive way, but it's just like, yeah, y'all niggas can look.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, no touch.
no touchy.
But no, man, I mean, as long as she's not out here, like entertaining the advances she gets,
Mm-hmm.
then whatever, bro.
Bro, we used to work with somebody at Sam's Club. I don't say names like you do, but like we used to work with somebody at Sam's Club. When he brought his wife to the club, his wife was known for having a pretty nice ass. They were getting his feelings so bad because like dudes would be looking at his wife's ass.
So why is it going to the club?
It's
You got to give me some initials, bro.
it would be my like the nigga tune in on the show. I'll tell you after the show.
All right, man.
But yeah, bro. You said why would he bring her to the club?
Why would he go to the club?
Well, I'm sorry, I meant Sam's Club. I call it the club.
Oh,
We was working at
It
Sam's
was
Club.
older cat. It was an older cat.
Not much older. So bald, white.
So he was just going to everyday place?
Hmm?
So he was just going
You see
to
I'm trying to
everyday
process.
place.
He would know. So we all worked at Sam's Club.
So he brought her to his job.
Yeah.
So if she goes anywhere else, she's going to get hit on.
And he would tell me the same story. Like, I had to get this dude to out there because he looked at my lady's butt. And I was like, you got a problem? You see something you like? I said, why? Like, you'd be mad if nobody was looking at your lady. If dudes was like, whoa, shit, she over here now. Like, you be
And
getting
9 times out of 10, she probably didn't even notice.
She probably didn't even notice. Or she
She's
probably
got
got
her
flattered.
whole life. She just ignored him at this point.
She probably just got flattered. Like, yeah, I know my ass is fat. Thank y'all, but I'm married. Like,
It's his. It's his to play with.
I never understood that how dudes get in their feelings for having a fine ass woman. Like,
Yeah.
other people acknowledge. Men are stupid. It is what it is.
I told you, we're most unstable, idiotic creatures.
Always horny.
Next question. Okay.
Nope.
Now we read some article. Did you read the article? Did Mike share the article with
Did
you?
not share an article with me.
I was so focused on her watching Random Acts Planet. I forgot.
All right. So, Mike, explain the article.
Mm-hmm.
The article is basically tying the friend zone, the theory of the friend zone, with rape culture, and it said it's a I guess a facet of rape culture because I'm put on the spot now. It said basically it was talking about guys who are friends with women with the purpose of being with them, and when that doesn't work out, they get upset and they get mad. They tell they lash out or whatever like that, and they stop being friends with them. And they said like because of that, like friend zone is part of rape culture. See, first of all,
From how you explained it,
well, they put it all together. They're putting that together with people just saying friend zone in general.
now I did not read the article. Let's be clear. So
Yeah, no, didn't read the article.
But basing on what he
Mike
just
didn't
said,
do his job.
I didn't.
but basing on what he just said, I don't think like a guy deciding not to be friends with me after he makes an advance and says, because he might truly be interested in me, and that might have been his goal from the beginning, to get to know you,
Right.
so that he can attempt to try to get you to know you better. If he has legitimate feelings, he's not going to want to just be friends.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna read this real quick. So here's the part where the article starts talking about friend zone and rape culture. The friend zone is a part of rape culture that have become quite prevalent in pop culture. It is usually put forward by self-proclaimed nice guys as an excuse for why a girl could possibly choose someone else over them.
Oh, nice guy syndrome.
Yeah, what the nice guy believes is is he nice to a girl and actually treats her with respect, that girl should want to have sex with him. Actually, the concept goes a step further by allowing the nice guy to feel entitled to sex with the girl of his choice simply because he has treated her with some sort of basic human decency for an extended period of time.
No, that is based on rape culture.
The friend zone myth is a dangerous insulting because it perpetuates the idea of women as a prize or reward for being nice. It dehumanizes women in a way that is more subtle than catcalling, and this is why so many people fall for it. So.
Now, from that explanation,
that's rape culture all day. But we never, as far as me and Will goes, anyway, never defined that as friend zone. Like we never defined that as like douchebag dudes pretend to be nice to get what he wants. I always thought, I think Will agrees, friend zone is, hey, Indigo, you look pretty today. I want to be together. No, Mike, I'm good. All right, cool. You want to be friends? That's fine. And like we just continue being friends. And if I had it my way, like we would be together. But since you don't want that, I'm cool with being friends.
And you're fine with being friends.
I'm fine with
being
friends.
But if a person has interest and they're like, I can't break that interest from you, I'm going to continue trying. And he says I can't be friends.
Then you get
my
into
job to
gross territory.
That.
Well, see, I define the friend zone as someone who never says how they feel, and eventually hopes that will lead to da 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 da.
That's not.
Oh, but I don't know about sex, but just relationship. Like, I don't feel like the friend zone is about sex. I feel like it's about relationship. So I don't even. I mean,
I think it'd be sex too.
I'm saying my definition. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're putting in this nice guy time, like you're not going for sex. Like
you don't think dudes
I don't think
pretend to be
sex
nice just to get sex?
I mean, that deep, like where you would go into the friend zone. Like,
I think so, because I think dudes hold out that one day.
I guess, bro.
I think I've seen it. I've seen it in dudes all the time.
Committed to the act.
I mean, you got to commit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the only reason why I think it's connected to sex as well. Like,
yeah,
they can play the long game.
I just don't understand how it's like, paired with the rape culture.
From what we're talking about, it's like let's go back with the gas station scenario. You go to the gas station, dude's trying to holler, whatever. And he's being nice. He's like just asking good things, asking about like things that you may be interested in, striking up a good conversation, gets to know you, actually give him your number. You guys talk for a little bit. And then even if you don't give him your number. Mm-hmm. Then after you don't give him your number, he's like, I got all these things going for me, and you don't even want to talk to me. You just missing out, might call you all out of your name and everything. That's more what she's talking about.
So,
but that's not even friend zones because you're not really friends. Based on what you saw.
That's what I was saying.
I think that's more of what we call nice guy syndrome.
That's what I was saying.
So is like. Is feeling like you're entitled to sex rape culture? Like, I mean, like, is that rape culture?
I don't know if it's rape culture. It's dirtbag culture, period. But I
agree with dirtbag culture.
I mean, I guess
if they make advances and you're saying no,
if they make continued advances that aren't welcome, then yeah, you're going into rape culture.
Because it's an expectation.
Okay, so if you're making continued advances and then you get shut down. She's like, all right, I'm going to just be a friend. And in that friend strategy, you say, all right, I'm going to get some butt at some point. Is that rape culture?
I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't like this word. I don't like this rape culture terminology. Never liked it.
I know you never liked it.
It's so messy.
I guess it's more what she's trying to straddle it into is more of the ideology that there is an expectation for sex based on him being a nice person. It's an expectation automatically because I'm nice. You should just give it up.
I think we're all like agreeing on that. We just have to figure out if that's rape culture or not.
I guess because he has the mindset, it's not like, okay, I can be nice, but she can still not like me. It's so an expectation. That's why.
Yeah. I guess that part's rape culture.
Now the friend
rape culture?
Now, the friend zone portion, from what we have discussed, is friend zone in our own particular opinions. I don't know so much about that, but what she was saying about the expectation being there, like it's like not a hope, it's an expectation,
Right.
and there's a difference between the two.
Exactly. I mainly just wanted to get the negative connotation back off of the word friend zone, because I see people, as soon as they say friend zone, people get attacked.
I want to get the frequency at which we use the term rape culture down a little bit.
No, it's
Or more clearly defined.
I mean, more clearly defined, sure, but like, just like anything, just like any movement, man, you got people that's going to be extreme with it, and you got people who actually know what they're talking about. So I think that's what throws you off on a regular basis. You see the extremism.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. So, yeah, man, I was just trying to clear that up, because I just kept hearing people saying, like, if you use the word friend zone, like, unfriend me because it's rape culture and da da da.
So dumb.
I've never been a huge fan of, like, if you do such and such and such, unfriend me. Like, this shit's just always been over the top for me, in period. DJ Whitaker is screaming no. I don't know why, but hopefully I'll clarify.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. But,
man.
Yeah, that's what our opinions are. Please hit us up. Let us know if you can clarify a little bit better. But
I'll read the full article.
Yeah, it would have been nice if you could have read the full article beforehand. Mike knows his job is to share all links associated with.
He shared one link.
I did. See, man, I'm getting the most important link. So boom.
All right. All right. So, I got to skip around a little bit. All right. So, in talking with niggas not being shit, have you seen the video of 50 Cent?
I didn't see that.
Okay, we go. Oh, Mike.
Huh?
You supposed to share this too?
Bro, you added that shit at the last minute. I didn't even know we were going to talk about that. You can pull it up, but
this is a
like,
short video. It's a real
it's
short
a very
video.
short video. But long story short, 50 Cent was at a strip club, throwing bands, doing his thing, and 50 claims the stripper that they were all gathered around.
Are you about to cultivate my ignorance?
Bro,
Absolutely.
this is exactly what
It's precisely.
All right, so I'm gonna let you read the comments, okay? Oh, 50 took his own comments down. 50 a punk ass for that. All right.
You struggle
All right.
with that.
You got it.
Let me cut the sound up.
You don't even need to have the sound.
You really don't. All right.
There's booty.
See, it's a stripper with booty shaking ass. Everybody's gathered around and enjoy this affair. And 50 will soon decide, you know what? I'm gonna get all my shit back. Get all my money back. Every penny.
So
Give me all my money. That one
she
too.
looking like so.
Thank
So
you.
she's like, is this shit really going down?
She did. She stopped twerking like mid twerk.
Automatically stop.
This butt
Like,
jiggle,
is this
butt
shit
stop
really
jiggling and
going
everything.
down?
50 claims that she said some slick shit he didn't like.
What was she saying?
I don't know. I think
Was
that's
her
the
booty
determining
talking?
factor.
It don't.
I don't know. I'm trying to. Well, I feel like I don't know if it even matters, but he said she said some slick shit, and the nigga said he wanted a refund. So he took his shit back.
Now, on one hand, this shit has been extremely funny. I've seen so many IG models upset about this.
Bro, they're about to come for his
IG
ass.
models are about to start a revolution. And on the other hand,
Wow.
dudes are like, 50 is the GOAT.
Oh
I didn't know I could refund my money in the strip
All
club.
right, go.
do that.
Go try that shit somewhere in one of the South Carolina strip
Go
clubs.
with them black South Carolina club. Get it straight. Like, go with them shit.
Yeah.
Get your ass
I feel
shot.
like, I want to say this, the disclaimer. You can only do this as a rapper,
Right.
as a world famous rapper. You're
Only 50.
the only people that can do this.
Yeah.
If you make $50,000 a year and you live in a 2-bedroom in South
Yeah.
Carolina, you
Don't
will
get
get
your ass
beat the fuck
stabbed. Don't
up.
get your ass stabbed in the face.
But was 50 wrong?
I feel like he was wrong, bro. You can't get your money back at the damn strip club. Like, no.
Who says who?
She gave the performance.
No, see, no.
She working.
Okay.
These are tips.
That's what they are. They're tips.
Bro, that's her
And
money.
if you provide poor customer service at any point during that transaction, I should be able to reduce your tips.
No, okay. That's what I'm saying. It depends on what she said. I have to know what she said.
It don't matter if you provide a poor customer service.
No, it depends on what she actually said. He might have just been, because we're not going to act like 50 ain't the biggest troll on the internet, period.
Okay, yeah, he is.
So
But-
how we
but
know
if she
50
was-
wasn't like, you know what? Nah. Give
But
my
if-
shit back.
But if she was like, Ja Rule better than you, that's outright disrespect.
If she said some shit, I mean, but why would you be even offended by that? Because that's not even true. So why would you even? Why would I even scathe you at all?
I'm just saying. It's so okay. People were saying on the post. People were saying once the money hits the floor, it's not yours anymore.
Yes.
Says who?
That's strip club rule 101.
When did this become Spades? When did I not be able to pick my shit up?
Dollar stick every time.
We got a friend that used to re-throw dollars at the strip club.
That nigga got away with so much. How scary he was, because we was in the hoodest strip club.
Yeah.
If he got caught, we probably wouldn't be doing the show today.
I don't know, man. I think 50. I don't think 50 was wrong.
Of course you don't. Listen.
And other people were saying he was so disrespectful. This, that, and the third.
That's disrespectful.
Bro, it was so funny because people were like, she was a mother. She might not be able to feed her kids now. She might be starting a business. Bro,
This is all possibilities.
They were all possibilities. Bro.
They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot.
Bro, I was dying laughing at the comment.
I didn't know that talking was a part of the transactional part.
What I'm saying.
So I just
And maybe that's where she fucked up.
Bro, that's if she even said
But
anything.
if the music is loud enough, how do you even
I don't see.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't see 50 just snatching his money back. For
You don't see
literally
50
no-
Cent, who has all the time in the world to be petty. Just saying. First of all, for a celebrity.
That was his money.
For a celebrity, exactly. But
And it was still a
And
lot
I'll
of money
be
on the
pissed.
stage.
No,
It
I
was
was
still
still
a
be
ton of
pissed.
I will.
And bro, it was like $60. Like, let's be real with ourselves.
$60, that's like more than $60.
Bro, that shit did not like more than $60.
You know what I mean? How
He
you know it was
took a
all ones?
whole 2
Bro.
arms.
How you know it was all ones?
Bro, it was probably all ones, no 50.
He grabbed it with 2 arms. He raped himself.
Okay, $200 maybe. Maybe
$200?
$200 maybe.
So you just got $200 snatch for you. I just stripped, like you said, you working your ass off.
Snatch! Y'all
You-
make it seem like
She got a snatch.
y'all make it seem
You
like it
working
was
your
in her
ass off.
arms.
You sweating. You got niggas all in your
Technically, she
damn
was
asshole.
coming.
Just all in your shit.
Okay, I thought nobody sexually assaulted her.
I'm just saying, this shit happens on the strip. I'm saying, on a regular basis, strippers have to deal with shit like this. So-
I'm only talking about this one transaction.
You just, what I'm saying is you have to look at the whole picture. I'm already working hard. I'm sweating. Got these gross ass niggas looking at me. I hate all their faces, but I'm
Okay,
doing
let me ask you this, okay? You at a restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be like, all right, let me get the bill. I'm about to go. And she like, all right, I'm gonna bring you the bill. And so you pay the bill, right? And then you leave tip on the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the tip never leaves the table, right? And you're like, all right, I want some dessert. Oh, fuck out of here, nigga. Can't you just leave? Do you have the right to take your tip back?
This is what I'm saying. That's why we gotta figure out what she said. If she
It
was
don't
really-
matter what she said.
It does.
If she popped any kind of shit, 50 got all the right to take his money back.
If she popped shit in the first place, is what I'm saying. We acting like we're not talking about 50 cents.
But that is the premise at which the story is told. That's
From his viewpoint, we don't know her story.
it. Don't matter. Like that part is
not
irrelevant.
How is it irrelevant?
Until she speaks up, that part is irrelevant. We have to go on with 50
Bro,
Cent.
no, you have to look at the whole shit. You can't just, you just gonna go with 50 Cent said, period. You just like, oh, 50's right.
No, bro, I said until she says something, that's what you got to go off of.
I think you gotta just withhold judgment until she says something. Like, how about just do that?
Okay, so 50 took your money back. I don't got a problem with that either.
But you came in for 50. Last time you came in for Charlamagne, you came in for 50.
I don't see a problem, bro. I'm gonna go off the story that was told. If she
Why
said
would you
something,
withhold judgment until she speaks up, though? Why would you not do that? If you know what 50's
Did she
control.
speak up yet?
when you
I don't know.
when you tell me a story or something, I don't wait till
Nigga, you know
I
me.
told you.
I ain't petty. I ain't petty shit. I'm not petty. Like,
it don't matter though. It don't matter.
Mm.
Why? I just don't see the problem.
why would you not withhold judgment until you get the whole story? That's what you're asking?
I'm just saying I don't have a problem with 50 did if that was how it went down.
If that's how it went down. But you going hard like that's the way it is, period.
No, I'm just saying like I'm defending 50 if that's what happened.
if
that's
she
what
was
happened.
like, 50, you got a little bit of dick, da-da-da-da-da-da, like, and I still don't even really, because you balling that 50 Cent. Like, I feel don't even
when
really-
did the rule become once it hits the floor it's done?
Jones,
I feel
you in the room.
I feel like this is an in process transaction.
No, bro. Huh? That's not even a sign. Ain't no sign. Jones, I know you in the room, bro. Tell this man, when you in the strip club, once your dollar hit the stage, that's it.
Bro, no, I'm not with that shit. No matter what y'all say, I
All
can't
right,
get
bro,
with it.
go to the strip club now and take your shit back.
What do you feel? Me and Mike just been arguing. Hey, and we did say it
We
was
just
a
gonna have
We just gonna argue across you.
So you can be like spitting in your face and shit.
I already said my little piece.
What did you say? We couldn't hear.
I didn't even
you.
hear it. I'm gonna go beyond.
So I don't know what happened. I don't understand how he took 2 whole handfuls. of
No,
money. He don't even
he
know
got a lot of money with 2
money.
handfuls.
And then on this other hand, you know how many dirty people you around shaking your behind? That's insurance costs.
That's what I'm saying.
That's her choice.
That is a choice.
That's her choice.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Joe, tell us, man, dude. Dollar stick.
I don't know about that.
Dollar stick, bro.
It's an in-process transaction, bro.
I'm gonna leave it like this. I've had this. I think we was at the strip. Well, we always. Anytime I've been at the strip club, it was me and you. I went to the strip club. Went to go tip somebody. She was looking bad as hell on the pole. So I said, "Let me give her a little $1." So I decided to borrow. I gave her $5. That's how you know I was feeling it. I gave her $5. She was shaking her ass. I put it in her drink away. She said, come back. I was like, oh, she's a little bonus. Okay, whatever. She did that shit where like she gets on 2 poles and like wraps her legs around your damn shoulder and shit. And like she just slapped me in the face with the pussy. Like she was just like, boom! Thank you for the $5. Boom! Her pussy smelled so rank. And it wasn't like she didn't wash. It was just like she'd been sweating like all night. And we was in there like 4 o'clock in the morning. So she just felt like she just didn't take no breaks. And that shit was funkified. That shit was who? So I was like, can I go back and be like, give me my shit back. Like you hit me in the face with a stank pussy. Like that should have been able to do that.
No, bro, you shouldn't have because
why?
Because the transaction was over once you put the tip in her G-string and she walked away. She brought you back.
What's the difference?
No, the transaction with 50 was still going on. She was still shaking ass.
He put the money on the
She
thing.
was
He was just
shaking-
standing there and he just came
It
back.
was a tip.
What
You
if-
paid her.
What if the song
You
changed?
paid her.
He
What
paid
if the
her
song
too.
changed in the middle
No, he
of
was
the tip?
tipping her.
What if the song changed in the middle of when he tipped and when
You're
he
getting
took
too,
the
you're
money?
getting too technical for me. You're getting too technical
That's
for
the
me.
point though, because the transaction is over.
It's too much. It's too much.
Hannah got the throw up emojis. Also, y'all don't get to learn my life on this show, man. Y'all should have known what y'all was getting into. Don't just say, "Yep, transaction was over."
I don't think this is a new wave. Y'all niggas cannot go in strip clubs.
Don't
asking
do
for
this.
refunds.
Please don't go do this. Don't let 50 get you stabbed.
You'll get beat the fuck up. So, but yeah, 50 man, keep doing your thing, man.
You ain't shit, bro.
Wow.
If you receive bad service, hey, you should be able to get your refund.
If you receive bad service.
If you receive unwanted lip,
He's gonna act like you wouldn't just. You saw the shit he was saying about Mayweather? Like, we
bro,
all
that was, we're not even gonna get, that's too deep.
we know how disgusting 50 can get.
Oh man. All right, so on the lighter thing.
That was heavy.
All right. Insecure is coming back
Yes, Lord.
this Sunday.
No Lawrence.
Yeah.
What is this?
Calm your ass down.
Whoa, Hive, Lawrence Hive,
Lawrence High. We
No
out here.
Lawrence.
Lawrence High. We out here.
Dro Gang.
No
My man
Lawrence.
Dro getting it in.
I don't know why you going so hard for Dro, but he
Bro,
cool.
because Dro is living his best life.
Is he?
Out here gambling anything, bro.
He is.
I don't know. I don't know if Dro's actually in an open marriage, but he living like
I
he.
don't think that nigga is, bro.
Dro might be the most dirtbag nigga ever.
Yeah, that shit in the bathroom. It was like, hey, can you wait about 10 minutes before you go?
Bro, that shit was extra messy.
That shit was gross.
We got a little bit of bad news. There are reports that Lawrence will not be in this season.
False news. Oh, fake news, whatever.
True news. Probably the last 5 minutes, but that's about it.
I don't know. HBO surprised us on Westworld.
He did. I'm telling you, Lawrence about to be like Anthony Hopkins. Like, hey, it was good.
It's a little bit different because Lawrence didn't die. There was no scene of Lawrence getting shot.
But he did get called out by Tasha.
Bro, I rewatched
To the
that
fullest
that little
extent.
snippet on the Insecure discussion group.
That was like a small death.
That's it. The death of Lawrence when he went to the cookout and dipped out to be a little
Oh,
girl,
she slayed the nigga.
and Tasha put a bullet through the nigga through the phone. If you watch that shit again, bro, that shit like hits.
Bro, she was like, "You's a fuck nigga." Matter of fact, you worse than a fuck nigga.
You a fuck nigga, I think you nice.
Which is exactly what we were talking
Oh
about
god,
earlier.
oh my god.
There's a lot of niggas that do that. We had that talk, I think, a year ago about what Lawrence did.
Yeah, we had a whole like discussion on it.
Yeah.
Like and discussing like that's what I love about the show, like how real that situation is. Like
He was on the what?
in your mind, but in his mind, it's like I'm on the come up. Like I should be able to do. Yeah. Like she'll give me yams. I'm gonna get the yams. Okay, I'm getting free plates of food too. I'm gonna get the free plates of food.
All right, so all right, we can go real quick. Who are you most interested in? Issa or
Issa.
I know I got Issa or her friend. I can't remember.
Daniel.
No, fuck Daniel.
Oh, Molly.
Yeah, Molly.
Why the hate for Daniel?
Bro, fuck Daniel.
So you go and cape for Daniel? You know
Cheated in my lady.
I don't say you done busted them eye
I'm
out.
not caping for Daniel, but why such disdain?
No, it was just I was just talking about Issa or Molly.
It's this thing because Daniel's born as well. That's the most exciting thing he did all season was supposed to Issa eye.
I'm not gonna lie, I really care about Molly more this season.
I can't
They
because I want to
really
see
got me invested in Molly.
because you want to see if she's gonna go back to drawing out.
I want to see her find happiness, like,
Right.
cause she out here fucking
She's
up,
like
man.
she's like on the little trailer. She balling out. She got her own little office firm and everything.
Yeah.
She like opened the windows to her office and everything. Yeah, all the goals. I'm excited about Lawrence because Lawrence is coming back, bro. Issa throwing y'all off. I'm telling you, Issa throwing y'all off. Like I thought Issa wasn't full of surprises until the ending of season 1. The way Lawrence did her, I did not see that coming at all. So I think she's gonna be walking in Rite Aid. It's gonna be like her birthday. She's gonna be walking in Rite Aid. And he'll be in there. So she'll be looking at it. She's gonna be wearing like sweatpants, and she's gonna be looking at dick.
She gonna look at the dick breasts.
That's what I'm excited about. And my baby, Amanda Seals, because apparently she's pregnant on the show now.
Yeah.
And everything.
What about you?
I'm time for both. Like I'm really interested
Here
in
you
their
go into
development.
the middle of the ground right now.
No, seriously though,
Robin
seriously,
Fitz
because they were both in two very different places. Like they went through their phases during that last season to see where they choose to go this next season, and whether they decide to still kind of venture out, do their own solo thing, or to try to find something else committed, or even just focus on their financial aspects with their friends. It's a good thing because it is mirroring kind of real life.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to be focused and they're gonna start with sex again.
So you think Daniel and Issa gonna open up in a relationship? Like open the season in a relationship?
Maybe
'Cause I feel
not in
like
a
that's gonna
relationship.
You don't think so?
It's not. You see the trailer? They're not. She's talking about like purposely not having sex with Daniel and just living with him.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen the trailer yet, honestly. Yeah.
It's like a real life situation. So she's trying to like be friends with him and like she's basically getting all the emotional needs met, but she don't want to commit a relationship, so she's trying to throw the sex.
Because didn't Daniel and her, like, weren't they in a relationship in college?
They were in college. Then of course they had reconnected in the studio.
Were they? Hold up, they weren't in a relationship. I thought they just flirted a lot in college.
I thought that was actually a relationship.
That's why I'm confused on something.
No, yeah, I don't think they
Oh,
were.
maybe they just had that energy the whole time.
Yeah, they had the energy.
I swear they had it. Well,
I thought I have to read.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
But go ahead with your. Oh, did Will go? I'm sorry.
I don't care about Molly, bro. Molly out here being dumb.
I'm trying to see her get out of this situation too, and what happens with his wife finds out, because that's her friend.
That's what. Okay.
Are you googling Daniel East?
I'm about to put the Issa and Daniel.
Were Issa and Daniel ever in a relationship? Okay. I don't think Dro is in an open marriage.
And that's what but we will see.
But he's so nice. He's
Not
such
that
a nice
awkward
guy.
at the
he's-
bar when it was sitting there. Remember that shit?
Yeah,
No.
bro. But like, as a married man, like, are you that dumb? Like, is Molly's booty that good that you got to cheat while your wife is in the other room?
Weren't they childhood friends too?
Molly and Daniel, Molly and Dro.
Right.
Yeah.
So there goes our myth.
Connect. What the fuck that mean?
I don't know. This shit is a whole ass think piece about Issa and Daniel. We'll get back to y'all on that answer.
But yeah, man, I think this season's gonna be dope. I don't know how many more seasons they're gonna do, but they need to keep it going for forever.
Forever. They need to start doing like back-to-back episodes, bro, or longer seasons. Season's only like
10 episodes.
Yeah.
I think the last season was 8.
I think it was like Game of Thrones style 8 episodes.
Yeah. I gotta say, man, I love seeing this representation of black people on television.
Bro, it says beautiful. Like black people actually doing like positive shit.
I noticed like I was missing this until like it started coming.
So many shows, like
Yeah.
Black Lightning, Love It.
I still ain't got on Black Lightning yet. I've heard it's good. But like I went to see what was it called? Blind Spot the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my niggas would go with me.
Bro, you should tell me ahead of time. So you trying to come with the impromptu movie get ups?
But Blind Spot It's got a black lead actor, and as I was watching, I was like, you know what? If it ain't no black people in the trailer, I ain't gonna go. Like I ain't even gonna show interest in it.
Only exception right now is Mission Impossible, so I got to see that new Mission Impossible. That shit looks.
Ving Rhames in the trailer. He ain't gotta be starring.
Oh yeah.
He gotta be starring. I ain't asked for that.
Let's go see that.
I just need to see a black person in the trailer. That's all I asked for.
Right.
But yeah, man, seeing this kind of representation of us, it's really dope.
It is, man. Was Blind Spot good, by the way?
It was very good.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a gimmick to it, not like a gimmick, but it's a part added in there where like he's always constantly rapping to himself. That's really dope, especially at the end.
True.
HBO's killing the game. They got a new show called Random Act of Flyness.
I don't know what they made me watch.
Bro, okay, so there's a show called Random Act of Flyness.
And
I want to say it's about this dude named Terrence Grant or something like that.
Terrence Knotts. How do you say his
Oh,
name?
is it Nance or something like
I think his last name is different on the show.
that? Okay, it's extremely strange. Mike said it's what'd you say?
Atlanta on acid.
Atlanta on acid.
Basically.
I don't know what that means, but even though I don't know what it means, that's what it is.
So many points they hit in one episode.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute show, and they like hit all the stuff under the sun.
Get my book.
Yeah, Mike makes these cheat sheets.
Everybody does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go down a little. I think I tried to go in order, so I want to ask what y'all thought about. So, to give y'all a general
So even though
idea.
it's mine, even though it's my topic.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead. I'm hurt now.
You butt hurt?
I'm already hurt. So, do you think?
All right. Well, I'm gonna be Will for a minute. Give y'all a general idea. Like the premise is this dude named Terrence has a show called Random Acts of Flyness, and he's like riding on his bike. I think he's in New York somewhere, and he's trying to record himself on the bike. He's talking about the show. He's hyping it up or whatever. And this cop starts chasing him, or the cop tells him to pull over because he can't be on his phone and ride the bike at the same time. And it looks like she's about to go south. So he basically starts chasing dude. Like Terrence won't stop, and so the dude like kind of hits him with his car a little bit. And then Terrence gets on foot, trying to get away from the cop. And so during the whole episode, he's running away from the cop. But during all that shit, a whole gang of other shit happens. And I wanted to hit each
It's like a pseudo hallucination. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's very strange.
I wanted to ask y'all what y'all thought about each segment real quick.
Okay.
So I think the first segment was worry number 473 of 1,000 worries that a black person should not have to worry about. It described this dude, the thought of you going somewhere and coming out, getting back into what you think is your car, but it's actually a car that looks just like your car, but it actually belongs to a white woman.
And your car is like 2 spaces in
Your
front.
car is like right there next to it. And now the white woman has seen you, she's scared, and she's calling the police. And you don't know how this is going to play out. What did y'all think about that?
It was funny.
Was it supposed to be funny?
It was funny. Because it seemed like some real shit. Like, he was like, sorry. It was like immediately, like, dude knew he was in the wrong car.
Right.
And she was like,
cops, right?
yeah, she's like, I'm going to have to call him. Bitch, ain't nothing happening.
Right.
I looked. I couldn't turn your car. It was getting out.
Right.
It was funny to me. Like, the whole show is just funny. It's just.
You found humor in the whole show?
Nah,
Bro,
some of that.
I did. I found humor in most of the show.
That's kind of crazy.
It's so awkward. It's so awkward and it's so like dark. It's so dark. It makes me
Dark.
makes me laugh.
I'm gonna get to the dark part. Okay, so y'all laughed at the.
Did you laugh at that part too?
I didn't because I was worried that this is gonna be another show about like we talked about before the show started.
I thought that part was meant to make you laugh.
I felt like it was you're supposed to laugh, but it's like this is some real danger. Like this is another way we can die. And I was like, oh Lord, this might be another show about why it's like a curse to be black. And I think we got more than enough of that right now. Like not necessarily shows, but just like media in general. You go on Facebook and you'll see. Like I told Will, it was this. I never forget. It was like this video. It was like 10 ways you can die as an unarmed black man in America.
Bro, I've seen it. Bro, they came out with like a PSA, like you ever seen the black and white shits where like it's celebrities? Mm-hmm. And they was like, I can die this way. I can die this way.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, bro, it was like real celebrities. It was like Sanaa Lathan and all them motherfuckers. I was like, bro, this shit's over the top.
And it's like the worst part about it is it's not true. It's not untrue, but it's like, bro, like stop embedding in our minds like it's like a terrible life being black. Like I love being black. yeah, it comes with its dangers, but like I love this shit, man. Like, so I'm just trying to kill this whole anyway.
I don't know if they made that for us though. I don't think they made it for us particularly.
They made it for
You
white
talking
people
about like
that
the
don't care.
PSAs and shit?
Yeah, they made it for us, but they made it also for others more so. Maybe.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
It's for like you need to relate to it, so you need to empathize with our
Yeah.
struggle here.
But it's still something that we ingest as media.
and I think it still kind of equates being black to being like poor and constantly in danger, and I think that narrative has to stop. Then you got everybody dies,
Boy,
which
everybody died.
That show was so funny.
wasn't funny, bro. That shit wasn't funny at all. It's this black lady. She's called herself Ripper the Reaper, I believe, and she's got a kid show where she just sings these little
Nothing but babies.
nothing but babies.
It's so sick, man.
It's so terrible.
Right, and then they do the little answer game.
No.
Right, I knew the answer, but the kids did not.
The kids, yeah, she said kids say the right answer.
They were
What was
so
the question?
hopeful.
They were.
Their
Oh,
faces
question.
were so bright.
It was what is the
What's
answer?
the answer?
What's the answer? Yeah, that was the answer.
That was the question.
What is the answer? And there was one little boy. He was like vegetables, and she was like, "Dad, dead little boy." Like, so the kids answered the question, and they all answered wrong, and she went and sent them off to die. And
in a room where but you know what was poignant about that?
the room having all black hands.
But also, it wouldn't kill her. You see how she
Yeah,
ran into the
yeah.
room at the end.
She tried to kill herself at the
Pushed
end.
back out.
It's like, no, nigga, get back.
What?
Out. Remember at the end of the skit, she
I
tried
didn't notice those things. I didn't notice the hands being black.
all the hands were black, and they killed the little kids. And then she tried to jump in there herself, and then threw it back out on the life side. And that's when she had like the one thug tear come out.
Because she
What does
has
that
to
mean? What is that
continue
supposed to
playing
mean?
the game.
Like she wanted to kill herself, but like it's like, nah, you're responsible for killing these kids.
She has to continue playing the game.
Yeah.
So it's
Forever.
kind of like, I don't know, like you're in a position and you like don't want to see, like you're making the sequence of events happen without wanting to, but you're
Right.
forced to play the game, forced to play that role.
Exactly. Will's so busy laughing at the shit.
Bro, like the only reason I laughed at that part was like one of these kids just needs to say everybody dies.
That's just so haunting. All right, we're trying to hurry up because I don't want to run out of time. There's also another part with they show that this actress from back in the day. Her name is Deborah Johnson, and they kind of equate her to Serena Williams with the pregnancy thing, and they talk about how like black women have historically faced bigger complications with pregnancy because a lot of doctors don't believe their complications. And she's talking about her story, and like I said, they're just showing video footage of Serena Williams. What y'all think?
It's real. There was actually an article today about that too that was circulating somewhere.
Really?
It's a real thing. They do say that, especially in Texas, that the mortality rate for women in childbirth is higher for Black women, even though it's like 23%, and they only make up 11% of the people giving birth.
What?
So it's interesting, but it is, from what they were saying, it's partially because we're so strong. We don't feel pain.
Right.
I don't really remember that part. I'll be honest with you. I don't really remember.
It's like a black and white footage of this woman. She had a baby. She was talking about a bullet. Like this, I forgot what the incident was, but the cops had shot at her house, and she had to use the mattress.
Oh,
to cover
okay,
it.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay, I remember that.
And then showing Serena Williams and stuff.
I don't remember laughing at that point.
I would hope not. That's it. That seemed
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember laughing at that part.
I think they kind of meshed it together with like the compilation of police violence.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting about that is they show the police brutality against everybody, not just black people.
Yeah, they did.
Which I did like that because I was like, please don't show like all black people getting murdered. Like I don't want to see that shit. So just to say like the police is an issue for everybody was pretty good, I think. What y'all think about John Hamm realizing his whiteness?
Dude, that thing
That
was
was
funny.
hilarious.
That was hilarious. Yeah,
He's like, I don't think I
"But
can do this.
that was the best part, bro. He shut she down. He was like, but I'm not this, right? Like I'm not.
No, we just need you to help these people
That's it. Did y'all
because you're relatable.
get the sense like they were just like flip flopping it for like a black person, like, and it's
Yeah.
like the opposite? Okay, I was wondering how long when they got that. That's it.
I don't think I can do this.
But But at the director, the speech he gave him, bro.
He was like, "You are saving lives."
He said, "Do it for them." Oh, that shit was hilarious. Which I think about Black Thoughts, which I love seeing Black Thought in there. I was like, yes, yo, yes.
I kind of tune out whenever I see the Roots in anything.
Bro, in this whole show now, I'm gonna kill this whole shit. Indigo, what did you think about Black Thoughts,
Roots fan.
They're not a fan of you.
That's fine, bro. I don't know them niggas.
They don't even know you.
I can't remember that part because that next
Yeah, see,
part.
you don't remember it either.
No, because the next part
The next
was
part is the-
long.
The next part is the best part.
Huh? What? Shut up.
Well, say what happened, and I'll tell you what I think.
It had our Lord and Savior Black Thought, legendary MC of the Roots, the legendary Roots crew, originally called the Square Roots.
Really?
Yes. When it was just him and Questlove, it used to be called the Square Roots.
That's dope.
He was sitting on the throne with his African attire, and he had the thing, Black Thoughts, and he said,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was like, this whole unisex restroom things, that's a dope idea. That's what's up. I'm with it. But what we really need is like some shea butter dispensers
In the bathroom, so that my knuckles won't be ashy when I walk out of there.
And it had a little graphic above him, like rub the hand.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's like this shit has to. And then he was talking about like the balance of objectifying Black women. Like, can I tell the fine ass Black woman who's doing something in her life and she's like in a business suit and everything? Can I tell her, like, I'm proud of you, queen, but the ass is fat? Like, whatever. Y'all slept on that part. Y'all
I
trash.
remember it now. Just that next part.
Probably my favorite part is the whole gender fluid part.
That was the best part of the
That was
episode.
like the longest part of the episode,
It was,
too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like they kind of like paused everything.
Because what was the name of the segment? Something about sexuality.
No, they introduced it as the myth of the bisexual black male or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was basically like how the black bisexual male doesn't exist.
I was trying to, and I was a little confused.
Why?
Because
I would think it's black people. They would mostly say they don't know a bisexual black male. They would say, "I know a gay guy. I know a gay black guy," but I don't think most people, black people, associate black males being bisexual. I don't think they have that.
Why not?
Because they said
I don't think they have that general thinking. It's either one or the other.
Or they say that the person is down low.
And I don't think, that too. And I don't think maybe people just don't think of men being bisexual as a whole. Like, I don't think the bisexual male is really
So you mean
thought
something
of.
like
It's one way or the other.
Something like when they touched on Insecure when Molly got turned off by old dude because he said he got like a blowjob.
I don't even know if he was bisexual.
But I'm saying like the fact that she like killed the whole shit because she figured that he was gay because he had head from another dude while he was drunk.
And maybe she didn't think he was gay. She just wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same thing. I think they're just saying that the bisexual male doesn't exist. In the case of the show, it was black male. It's either one or the other. Like black men not being able to be gender fluid.
I get the gender fluid thing, I guess. I get the gender fluid thing all day, but men not being able to be bisexual. I guess I'm just now learning that people think that way.
Well, yeah, it's just because do you know any bisexual black men?
Yes.
Okay. Well, most people don't,
Mm-hmm.
or at least they don't know, because I guess some people.
I feel like I may have an association to one or two, but I don't. I can't say that I know that they identify as bisexual.
Okay, I learned something. But did y'all like that segment though?
I did. That was my favorite segment on the show.
That shit was hell. I like the
It was very informative.
Very informative, and I like what they did with the claymation and everything too.
Yeah.
That was dope.
He met the girl. The girl was like, "Yeah, cool." Came out with her in the dress though, and she was like, "You're a little more."
I was confused. Was that supposed to be a message when he said he got turned off by her asking about the dress? Y'all feel like that was supposed to be a message, like don't ask us about shit like this, or was it just like
It was probably a message in the fact that like she couldn't grasp the concept.
Because when he was saying, "I'm interested in you," I'm showing you nothing more than me being interested in you. Why are you questioning me?
You're like, why does my appearance or these small behavior things,
right?
why is that turning you off in that way?
Because I think she was on the fence about the dress at first, and then she kind of got over it. She was having fun, but when they started dancing,
Yeah, he said when he started twerking or whatever, she was like, "Oh, nigga, we gotta have a talk."
what do you identify as? Is that inappropriate? Can people discuss that? Like, is it inappropriate to ask the person that?
I don't know, though. Like, I feel like we should be able to have that dialogue. Like, you have to get to a certain.
But I
point
think that's
with
part of
person.
that segment. Like that dialogue doesn't really exist.
That's what I was questioning because so when he was describing it, it sounded like she wasn't turned off per se by the dancing and stuff, but she's like, I just got a shitload of questions because I never experienced this before, and it sounded like he got turned off by her simply having the questions.
Because he was like, he was done.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I was confused about that. Like, if you know that's not like necessarily the norm in America, like why would that turn you off completely?
I guess he's kind of saying on the certain extent, do you have to explain yourself as a straight person or a homosexual person? So why are you making me explain myself?
I guess it would be like
that seems a little like I don't want to say bitchy, but like because that's like I feel like that's demeaning, but like petty.
Mm-hmm.
In a way.
It was kind of petty to me.
Yeah, like why would you like abandon the whole thought of her?
That's what I was saying.
Because she had questions.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if pretending anything that was confusing to somebody, I would rather them ask me questions and just be like, "Oh, that shit's weird. I'm out." Like, it's the fact that she was asking questions in the first place seemed like it turned them off, and I was confused.
But did he ever expressly say that he was bisexual? He just said he was attracted to who he was attracted to.
Yeah, I don't think he said that. Yeah, I think he just said I was like wearing dresses and shit, and
that his wife loves it.
Right. Yeah. So the only thing I heard is he's just like doing that. But yeah, I was just like, why would you be turned off by her asking questions? Like, there's a way to ask questions. If she was just like, nigga, what the fuck is this? Like,
nigga, why you wearing dresses?
Right, yeah. That'd be an issue. But I just love that whole segment, period. Like, having that talk with a black man in the first place.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. It was informative.
For sure.
Just to get that idea that there can be bisexual black men.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think that is pushed enough.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
Not even thought about.
So, all right.
Yeah, so y'all looking forward to the rest of the show?
I am.
I love the way it ended.
I don't know how.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to touch on that. What y'all think? Well, because I was like, man, please don't let this dude get shot, and then he just like allowed him to get next week. Like,
yeah, where he flew away.
Yeah, nigga just like, I'm out.
Nice.
Like, I think that was dope too.
And what do you think it meant?
I think it was supposed to tie with like a pun on the title, random acts of flyness. Like, it's a random ass shit that he just like got up and flew away from the cop.
And he's kind of above all of it.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
So
let's see how it pans out, man. I heard it's only like 6 episodes.
It's a pilot season, right?
I'm gonna watch the whole shit.
Oh yeah, we are. I just wanted a lot more, but we watch that shit.
All right, so the lady at the shit talking. So this is gonna be out of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say some. Mike, look at this shit. Is there anything you want to touch on while this lady's running her damn mouth?
You get so angry at the lady doing her job. Now people were talking about from stuff from earlier. I don't think anybody really watched the show like that. So y'all go watch Random Acts of Flyness, man. So y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Shit, I'm gonna keep talking. Fuck it. So, earlier this week, I think Beta Keys of Madden came out, or some early edition or some shit. Anyways.
You play games anytime, man?
Yeah, so Madden features a soundtrack every year, usually hip hop, and some other stuff splashed in. So this year they featured Big Bank by YG, featuring Big Sean, 2 Chainz, and Nicki Minaj. And so Big Sean has a lyric on there, something about kneeling down. Y'all gonna make me look like Colin Kaepernick or something.
Yeah.
And the game, like, in all its pettiness, the game in the NFL bleeped Kaepernick out.
50 Cent style petty.
Bro, that shit was so petty. But it's like, okay, so I'm struggling. Like, I was with the NFL for protecting the money.
Yes.
I was with
Fight
the
me
NFL.
down on that shit too, bro.
I was with the NFL for saying, okay, well, if you feel like this is damaging sales or whatever, then you got the right to say, hey man, y'all niggas can't do this shit.
Straight
but like when you go to the steps to eliminate somebody from history.
That's just crazy.
And I heard it was the second time they did that.
Really?
Yeah, they did it last year.
I did not.
That's what I saw on the internet. I don't know if it's true, but I definitely know they did it this year.
Yeah, that's.
And then EA backtracked and said the people who were putting the soundtrack together thought that they didn't have the rights to use Colin Kaepernick's name because he wasn't in the NFL at the time.
Yeah.
This, that, and the third. It's becoming a real struggle, man. Becoming a real struggle watching NFL. But fantasy draft is September 2nd, 8 p.m.
I played fantasy one time.
Really?
And
It's
I
dope.
won, and I was out after that.
Was Super Bowl?
I won. Well, I played with my family. They didn't play for me.
Oh no, we play for money around here, baby.
I should have, because I won. My dad was so pissed.
So,
That's hilarious.
is this like another thing that's gonna it's making it hard for you to watch the NFL? Like, this is the first thing that's making it hard for me to watch the NFL. Well, I mean, besides the stuff in years past, but
It's just one more reason, bro. It's just like, shit, dude. Like, y'all really are doing this hard. Like,
Yes.
that was it.
I mean, we all do, bro. Like,
I mean,
I'm just
yeah,
asking a
there are
question for the
reasons.
podcast.
Right. Just got to be objective. Yeah, I have no reason to think it otherwise, to be honest with you. I mean, the fact that they're going to fix it, I guess makes it a wee bit better, whatever. Like, you're at YG. They asked YG, did you shit?
Bro, okay. Bro, I got a problem with these rapping niggas, bro.
Y'all thought I told you how he felt a while back.
What do you say?
He said, we got to get money, man. We don't care about none of that. The woman asked him about Trayvon Martin.
Oh my god.
Nigga said, we got to get money, man. I ain't worried about that.
That nigga is real with his.
And then we have a skank.
Bro, I gotta give him respect for being real. Like, I don't respect your opinion, but
Not at all. But, what you about to say?
you gonna
about
watch the league this year?
I don't watch.
Because of this or just in general?
I just don't watch.
Oh, okay.
That's so easy for you. Thank you for
So
not
it's
being one of the
not
people
hard.
who already don't watch football and then like getting on.
Like, yeah, I'm
This is why I don't
protesting.
watch.
Yeah.
I'm protesting.
I never watched. I've been protesting my entire life.
But it seems so ridiculously petty by the NFL.
But so many of your own players, even Aaron Rodgers finally came out. He's like, I'm gonna use my whiteness. Like, yo, it's not about your dumbass flag. It's not about none of that shit, man.
I almost got an argument at work, bro. I swear, white people, they don't know when they about to piss a black person off because they
They
be
don't know
talking
the
mad slick,
They don't
bro.
know the signs.
Bro, she was like, this is lady at my job. She's like, you get paid millions of dollars, stand the fuck up and play. I was like, oh my god, bro.
So one time you gotta take
Bro,
your
like, I'm
15.
dead serious. Like, these are the real conversations I be having with people, and it's like, bro, I just gotta stop talking because I'm gonna get pissed off. I just need this shit to end as quick as
I have
possible,
to call him in the bathroom or something. Like, hey,
bro.
man,
Like,
Tyler, come here, man. Let me talk to you.
bro, it's like, bro, like, I literally have to stop talking sometimes. But yeah, man, like, and as far as I'm disappointed. I'll say that. But as far as these rappers go, I'm really disappointed.
Wait, say that.
Like YG and who else was it? The Game, yeah,
That's your guy.
bro.
That's your
These
guy.
niggas still out here playing the game, bro. Like, YG had a picture with Colin Kaepernick on IG one day. It was like the day after the shit happened.
Oh my god.
And bro, last night I was looking at his damn story. Nigga put, hey, I just beat the nigga in the game, bro. I just beat the nigga. Like, bro, you can't be like,
Niggas don't care, bro. Like,
you all like a hypocrite, bro.
that shit is disgusting, man. That shit's so gross.
And in the game, he's so for Colin Kaepernick kneeling with my brothers, then the third. You know the game out here claiming he's so righteous. This nigga be beating up everybody.
Beating up 40 Glock with a phone in his hand, recording the
Bro,
shit.
the game don't
It's
give
a cat skin.
Yeah.
God,
he out here playing the game. He out here pushing Madden.
bro.
He out here pushing. Got
So that's just even worse.
got two
I can't-
PS4s available with Madden copies.
Oh my god.
I just can't. I just can't rock with it.
The only thing that makes it like a little bit more like I can probably watch without guilty conscience. Like I said, them backtracking when they get like overheated, like they backtrack on the policy, and nail the policy. The backtrack with the mad thing. But it's like, damn, bro, y'all going this hard to silence black voices, yo. Like, just because it inconveniences y'all and y'all money. Like,
I mean, y'all can protect the money, but don't be trying to erase my dog from history.
that's part of the
Because you don't like the way the nigga acted.
Nigga, that's like the supreme act of white supremacy. Is like, let's get rid of this shit that makes us look bad.
Just erase the problem.
Yeah, like the fact that you can actually do that. The fact that you actually thought to actually do
If I
that.
could erase problems in my life.
Colin Kaepernick out of the NFL, and Eric Reed, who knelt with him for a majority of the time he was kneeling. They ain't gave him a job yet. He one of the better safeties in the league. Bro, it's collusion, and I doubt Colin Kaepernick will be able to prove it.
It's just insane, bro.
On the good stuff. Thirst of the week.
Yeah, please invite my dad.
All right, this week's thirst of the week.
It's better be fun too.
Bro, okay, it's my girl Wheezy from Horrible. Yeah, I know, right? It's my girl Wheezy from Horrible Decisions podcast.
Well, I've never seen either one of them.
Well,
they look good.
Okay, so Wheezy's fine, and Mandy's fine too, but Wheezy's more my speed.
What makes you your speed?
Wheezy's, I ain't gonna get into it, but Wheezy's more my speed.
Gross?
No, it's not nothing gross. It's just my preference.
Okay.
So first off, y'all need to check out Horrible Decisions podcast.
Yeah, it's a very good podcast.
That thing is good.
It is.
It's about feminism and women expressing that through, I guess, sexual freedom. So it's a really dope show. They talk about some really dope stuff. Anyways, you can check her at Wheezy, Weezy, WTF on Instagram. I don't know her Twitter because I don't give a shit. She looks good.
When I do the thirst, y'all get all that information. I'm sorry, y'all.
Bruh. You can also check out Horrible Decisions podcast. You can check it out on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. You can check it out on all the spots. And the IG for Horrible Decisions is at horrible. Let me explain. Let me spell it. WHOREIBLE_decisions on IG. If you want to check out Mandy, she's fine too. Not my speed. Well, I mean everything's my speed, but
everything.
Yeah, Wheezy's the shit. But Mandy is at Full Court Pumps. At Full Court Pumps. It's not hard. Yeah, man, the Horrible Decisions podcast is really dope. Wheezy's also on this week's episode of Flagrant 2. That episode is called Horribly Flagrant. Oh boy, she got me so riled up.
Right.
Started over where I got down.
Right.
But yeah, man, check her out. She's stupid fine. And she usually does an IG live every night, somewhere around 10 o'clock.
And we'll tune right in on
I tune in all the time. I'll be commenting all kinds of shit.
Oh, Lord.
Did you get a shout out yet?
I have not, but she did mention my comment when I was in the IG live. And you know, when it's like 900 niggas in there, that's hard enough. That's hard enough. So, yeah, man, check her out. I'm going to feature her tomorrow on our Instagram. I'm trying to do more stuff on our Instagram.
Oh, we doing features for the
bro? Yeah, so like the thirst of the week. Oh, let me show you, bro. Hold on. I'm out here. I'm out here working, bro.
I'm working, baby.
Let me see the little shit. Here go the little shit I'm gonna use. That's the little shit I'm gonna use.
Yo,
that's the shit I'm gonna use, bro. I done already made the.
You made that?
Yeah. I didn't. Okay, you know I didn't do. You know I didn't do that shit. Watercolor.
He did the words. You picked the same color and everything.
Yeah, man.
But I don't get sued. I'm with it.
Bro, okay, so that's one reason I haven't done more. Cause I'd be like, how do niggas get away with this? Like,
they get enough money where it don't count, no matter. We get lawyers and shit.
So we're just gonna do stuff and then we're gonna have to start taking stuff down.
Right. She's got titties out and
bro, she looked good. Like, and there's something attractive about like not just her like being like sexually active or it's like the sexual freedom of it all. Like I think that's the best part of Horrible Decisions podcast is like they are so sexually free and it's empowering. It's furthering their feminism. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Not being like tied down to like whatever a man wants to do or I have these preferences in this kind of way or whatever. You know what I mean?
Living for yourself. Right?
Yeah. So check that out. Horrible Decisions podcast. Wheezy, holla at your boy.
She's fine. I can vouch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Indigo. We appreciate you. We ended right on time, boy. Indigo keeps the rich program on track, and she keeps us on track.
You
boy.
just are the one who tries to keep us there long.
No, I do not. You're a mentor to us.
Our mentor.
Our mentor.
Jermon?
So I'm saying her name like you know her on a first name basis. No, but thank you so much for joining us. She was a wonderful, wonderful guest. Thank you everybody in the live chat for joining us. Sorry we couldn't read all the comments. Like I said, we want to mainly focus on our wonderful guests here, but I think next show we're gonna do me and Will.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna read y'all comments because we want to see all the terrible stuff you say about Will during the show. So yeah. This
is the face of a dirtbag.
Gonna make a meme out of that. But,
I know, right?
yeah, man. Any more closing thoughts? Indigo, you want to say something poignant before?
Poignant? Know what you want. Do what you want.
Just the rainbow?
Yeah.
That's the right. This is a rainbow.
No, seriously. Know
Yeah.
what you want when you're going into things, and be expressive.
Mm-hmm.
Be communicative with people, and don't settle.
Never settle.
For second best.
Don't do it. Ever. In any situation.
Compromise, but don't settle.
Kobe, thank you, man. Just give us a shout out. Appreciate you guys.
You can settle for good booty.
So what?
If it's good booty, is it settling?
Oh,
If it's good booty, is it settling?
do you actually enjoy the personality behind the booty? Well, thank y'all for joining us. Cultivated Ignorance. Appreciate y'all once again. Come back next 2 weeks from now. We're gonna come back with more debauchery and education.
And cultivate more ignorance.
Absolutely. Come on, no.
Look at you.
I think me our new co-host for the whole show. Appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all.
Thank y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all.
I don't know if he stopped it. I'm going to keep talking.
Oh, he did.